Hey. Hello. Hello. Can you guys hear me? I think we're live. I have not done this before, so forgive me. Okay, you can hear me? Okay, sweet. That's good. All right. What's up, everybody? Happy New Year. It's I don't know. I think we're in the future. Last time I checked, we're in the future. It's 2019. So yeah, we're pretty far in the future. So yeah, I heard there's going to be another New Year next year. It's like kind of this rotating holiday. They like do it every year, I've heard. So looking forward to the next one, I guess. I actually didn't do anything. I just like worked on the website last night and then went to sleep. So that's about it. But yeah, so what did you guys do? Did you guys like do anything fun? Did you go out and get crazy and drink something other than water? Because all I drank last night was water, and I had some dinner. I made some tempeh and noodles with like a bunch of seasoning and stuff in it, and it was pretty good. But I didn't do anything crazy. Oh, sweet. All right, someone went riding. Did you do a night ride, casual mountain bike rider? How many clicks do I have on my high-speed compression? Low speed, blah, 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 your grip 2. Let's see. I mean, this thing, I was like, I should bring a fork and some shocks over here because I know people are going to ask me questions about Fox. So clicks on my fork, I'm not going to tell you. I want you guys to watch the video that I put up for the grip 2 setup on the Fox grip 2 damper, because I want you to figure out what works best for you, because same thing goes with any suspension. Clicks, like transferring between different riders, different weights, different terrains, different bikes, it's always different. There's just like, there's no conclusive settings that are going to work perfectly for a lot of people. Like if you take a pro rider who probably has their compression completely, their rebound completely open and have only run about 20% sag, it's going to literally feel like crap to the average rider. So it's just not something that I really like giving out. But that's about it. So 11-mile ride today, sweet. That's pretty good. I didn't ride today. I went and drove around in my Subaru because I was just like, I wanted just to do something chill. And I went for a ride the other day, and I'm still really sore from riding my BMX bike last week. I don't know if you saw on Instagram, but I basically ride my BMX bike like once every 6 months. And so I get excited and I go and ride my BMX bike, and then I get warmed up and feel really weird for like an hour. And then I just like go super crazy and start doing all the tricks that I used to be able to do and stuff. So like I'll throw like a bunch of bar spins and 360s, and then like I'll land like the first 2 tail whips. And then the third one, I like slip a pedal and smash my shin. And then I just turn into a 5-year-old and I just like leave. I just go home. I just give up and put my BMX bike away for about another 6 months. Cause I don't know. It's like, why ride this little tiny bike when I can, or why ride this little tiny bike when I get hurt within like an hour? I get more hurt in an hour than I do riding my full suspension bike. And I ride it like 5 times a week all year round. I don't know. So I kind of stopped riding that as much. Greetings from Germany. What's up? Hi. I'm just like across the pool. So I'm pretty close, in an airplane. Just a small airplane ride. I don't know. It's like 20 hours or something. Worked and was in bed by 10. Me too. About the same thing. I don't drink or anything. So it's like, I don't know. I didn't go out or do anything. So let's see. What up, man? Quebec, Canada. Canadians. Sweet. I like your trails. Thanks for building trails. I ride them. They're fun. New York. Sweet. Ordered some stuff and need more riding videos. Oh, I think you ordered some tires and stuff. Nice. Yeah. Or a rad dog collar. Something like that. I don't know. Here, let's see. I got some orders over here. Eastchester, New York. Is that Richard Orfice? Is that you? Yep, that's you. Sweet. Well, here, got your order right here. Yeah, this will ship out after New Year's. I basically just got to go get one of those Rad Dog collars. That company is based here in Bellingham. I try to work with as many Bellingham companies as I can because Bellingham is freaking sweet. And I'm from Bellingham. And, you know, we got to keep the trails going, got to keep people on bikes. It's cool to keep the money as local as possible. And also, I don't have to, like, stock a ton of stuff because I can just go right over to Red Dog and they can just hook me up. And I don't have to have as much stuff all the time. We'll be ordering a Float X2 soon. Sweet. You mean this guy right here? Okay. Yeah, cool. I will send this one to you. Don't even ask what size you need. I'll just send this one. I don't know what size this is, but I'll just send this one to you. So I'll just go put it in the mail right now. Let's see. Philippines? Sweet. This is cool. This is my first live stream, and everyone's from like all over the world. So it's pretty sweet. Just like I'm here, but you're not. You're like way over there. Wait, where's West? You're way that way. Like I'm talking like really far that way. So yeah, but you're talking to me right now, so that's pretty cool. Let's see. Bash Guard chain guide. I'm gonna get to as many questions as I possibly can. Bash Guard chain guide. Do you suggest one? Ripmo X01 with Chrome X Sync. Dropped a chain for the first time in 4 years. How old is your chain ring on your X Sync? How old is your X Sync chain ring on your SRAM crank? Is it Eagle? Because my Eagle chain ring wore out way faster than any other chain ring I've ever had. And that was really weird. So I would drop chains like all the time after it got wore out after riding for a couple months. So I went to a Wolf Tooth, and the Wolf Tooth has just been so much better. Made in America, number one. Number two, Wolf Tooth, just like everything that they make is good. I don't care if they made a pair of socks, it would be like the best pair of socks that I've ever had. So highly recommend everything from Wolf Tooth. But yeah, chain guide. I do run a chain guide. I run a Wolf Tooth. What's it called? A Narwolf. I will have a bike check coming out in about a week, I hope. So I have most of the B-roll all filmed. I just need to get out on the trail to get some riding shots. But we're in Bellingham, so the weather report isn't looking super friendly for the next few days. So I got to get out and find a break in rain to bring the camera out because I don't want expensive camera in the rain because that's not good. So yeah. Let's see. Resolutions include upgrading my 500 with new fork lowers, wheels, and drivetrain. Oh, Brian, I was talking to you on email. You are looking for, yeah, you're going 27.5 on the old TR500. That's sweet. I've definitely known a bunch of people have transitioned since they're right down the street. They're literally like right down the street. Suppressors, TR500s, things like that. They've always swapped wheel sizes, and they've always just like barely fit, but they've always liked to run on their bikes like that. So it's pretty cool to do. Richard, Virginia, love my videos. Great tips. Thanks, Jim. Good man. Let's see. We got, Jam Outdoors from Kentucky. Kentucky, sweet. I'm from Illinois originally. So, like, I'm from this town called Evergreen Park, which is about, like, a football throw away from my front door was, like, the Chicago border for the city. So I'm from the Midwest, too. Let's see, brand new bike, Dale. Are you talking about you're buying a brand new bike? What bike are you buying? There's so many bikes out there. They're all so good. It's crazy. Someone asked if it's thawed out there. Is 30 below wind chill here. Only riding I did was on a trainer. Yeah, trainers are not fun, to say the least. Did you ever read the instructions on a trainer? I'm pretty sure it says, dear customer, don't expect to have any fun in this product that you just paid for. Pretty sure that's what trainers say. I had a trainer at one time when I was in Illinois, and I needed to like keep moving and didn't want to go to the gym in the winter, and it is brutal. So yeah, I am sorry to hear that you were there. Yeah, it's thawed out here. All of our trails are running super good. Like it's been a really good, especially the past 3 days. It's been like partly cloudy out. Pretty perfect dirt, little mud here and there, but that's Bellingham. That's the Northwest for you. It's always a little muddy out here. So let's see. Someone just bought a new bike. They're stoked. Let's see. Gets over there from wet, cold Germany. What's up? Yeah, wet, cold Germany. It's pretty wet and cold here. It's going to be wet and cold here the next like week. It's going to be like low of 30 at night and raining all the time. In the day, it's like 42. It's actually pretty good for going for a ride. I like riding when it's kind of chilly out and stuff. All right, let's see. Emile Montcalm, is if I said that right, just bought a new bike, and he's freaking stoked because also, if you read the instructions in a new bike, it says this product is guaranteed to leave you stoked, because I don't think you can generally ever buy a new bike or even a new bike part and not be very ecstatic and excited about your purchase. So I very, very much believe that mountain biking is the most fun thing on earth, and it would be hard to convince me that there's something else that's more fun. There's other things that are very valuable in life, but consistently fun, mountain bikes, they're freaking sweet. Yeah, let's see. Nicholas wants to buy some merch. Keep your eye out. New website is going to be done soon, and I've got some new merch. I've got these Live Gnarly hoodies back in stock. You see that? So yeah, the Dirtbag Society logo on the front. Those are going to be on the new website, and what do you call it? Yeah, so you can go on the new website, and you're going to be able to get this new hoodie, or not new hoodie, but old hoodie that's finally back in stock. And I got another shirt, 2 shirts that I won't tease. You'll just check it out on the new website. But I'll be excited to send you some stuff. Yo, bro, love the vids. Keep up the work. Hell yeah. Thank you super duper much. Nice tool set you have back there. Oh, these. I'm Van and White right now. If you get this question right, you'll win a set of Park Tools. Make your tool board at home your dream board by spinning the thing and winning some tools. I don't know. I'm an idiot. What am I talking about? Okay. Oh, God. Mo's in here. Oh, no. I was trolling on Mo's video the other day, and I knew he was going to come back for me. Let's see. How many clicks of water bottle cages do you run in your headset? I don't want to hand it out. I don't want you guys to know my secret of water bottle headset clicks. Fine, I'll tell you. I have 2 water bottle clicks in my headset. There, I said it. I'll make a video about that. Tutorial on how to put headset or water bottle cages in my headset. So let's see. It's snowing in Quebec. That sucks. At least you got some good snow to ski. The skiing in Bellingham has not been very good. Generally, Baker's really good. It's like got the the record for like most snow in 1999. Always has a tons of snow. It's working its way back up, but this fall and early winter has not been that great. Let's see. Oh, my bad. Bashguard question. Let me go back up. Sorry, I'm scrolling and reading. Bashguard chain guy, do you suggest one? I dropped the chain for the first time in 4 years. Yeah, I mean, it really depends. If your chain ring is worn out, then if your chain ring is worn out, that's the first thing I would check. It depends. If you're riding super gnarly terrain that's really rough and really choppy, like you're doing this a lot on the trail, then definitely check your chain ring for wear, because a worn out chain ring is not going to hold your chain on anymore. So I recommend that. Yeah, and then if you do drop your chain, like I run one, and I generally used to never drop chains, but I run one just in case. I ride Whistler a lot, and the braking bumps will definitely blow your chain off. So let's see. Oh, Rick Belaski, what's up? Happy New Year. How's it going? He just bought some bars in summer. He's a nice guy. New vlog, please. It's been a long time since that. Yes. Website will be done hopefully within the next 1.5 to 2 weeks. I have to devote my full attention to the new website, because the point of making videos is to let people go on our website and bring traffic to my website so that I can eat dinner and survive, and buy one beanie every couple years and one pair of shoes every couple years. So yeah, so I got to get the website done so I can have a place to send people if they need parts and stuff like that. So so once that's done, I'll be getting back on the videos. But that's why I wanted to do a live one. I don't have to edit it. Editing takes freaking forever. It'll take like 2 days to film a video and then like 2 or 3 days to edit it. So then I got to like send orders out, all that stuff. So it's very time consuming. I need to start sleeping a little bit more. So underwater in the southeast, that's not good. Trail features. I don't know what Super Chats is. I don't know what Super Chats is. I have no idea what that is. This is my first time doing this, so tip me in on how to do that. Let's see. Yeah, shops were not open in Olympia. I would expect no bike shops ever be open on New Year's Day or the Christmas vacations. I've just been like working all the time. I'm just like at the shop all the time, sitting in a chair right over here working on the website. So it's like, I don't know. I took the day out, kind of off, but I was like, let's do a live thing because I've never done it and I haven't put a video out in a while. So I wanted to say hi to everybody because I miss you guys so much. So let's see. Do you know the Cube Stereo 140? Not really. Cube is a European brand that I just literally never see over here. Like, I literally, you might hate that word, but I literally have never ever seen a Cube in the States. Okay, I have 3x drivetrain, but I never use the big one. Should I cut the teeth off and get a 2x shifter and derailleur and use the big chainring as a bash guard, or should I get the one Race Face makes? Huh. I don't really know if you'd be gaining anything by having a 3x drivetrain and then just having the big one as a bash guard. I mean, it would work. I mean, I'd always recommend going to a 1x. Then you don't have a front derailleur. Front derailleurs suck. They're a pain in the butt for you and a mechanic, and also just day-to-day living with a front derailleur is eh. So I'd recommend going 1x if possible. That would be my best thing. Otherwise, just leave it how it is. Whatever. Do you deliver to Germany? I can deliver to Germany. Hedrick von Heesen. I'm trying my best. Hendrik von Heesen. Yes, I can deliver to Germany. Depends on the brand. I can't send some brands like Fox and stuff internationally, but most brands I can. Hope to be stoked soon. It's almost new bike time. Now, what bike to buy? Lucas, I don't know. There's so many bikes that are good. I don't even know where to start. Like, I was watching Mo Awesome's live stream last night about Long Travel 29er shootout, and the gist that I got is like all these bikes ride pretty damn good. It really comes down to price, the company that you want to support, et cetera, et cetera. Transitions are sweet. I don't sell transition, but they're right down the street. They have a really good warranty. Their bikes all ride pretty damn good. So yeah, Santa Cruz has a good warranty. There's a couple brands that I would recommend to not get. I won't even go into that because I don't want to start drama or whatever. But pretty much most bikes are pretty damn good right now. So Happy New Year from Maryland. Thank you very much. How's your day today? My day was pretty good. I went and rallied around in my Subaru a little bit and just got out, saw some cool views. It was a bluebird day. Not too bad. Let's see. Oh, yep. Someone said throw the ring away and or pick one ring, pick one ring and throw away shifter. Yep, that's good. X01, XX1, NX or GX. What would you buy? I have X01 on my bike. Like I said, I'm going to be doing a bike check. Hopefully, I can get that video done and edited and put out by next week. And also in my videos, if you go to the profile and look at my videos, you will be able to see I have a video on like a long-term review of SRAM Eagle, and you'll kind of understand why I use X01 and XX1 on my bike. Feels really good, etc. NX honestly feels really good. If you're just wanting to save money, go NX. If you want a little bit better build quality, not as many like stamped steel parts that are going to be a little bit lighter, feel a little bit snappier, GX, and then X01, that's going to be sweet. If you want carbon cranks, go X01. I'd recommend if you're like an aggressive trail enduro rider, just do XX1, or sorry, X01. And if you're doing like cross country and trail, XX1 is sweet. If you can throw out the money, then it's well worth it. It feels really good, super light, looks really nice. Sweet. Yeah, GX is the best value for the money for sure. With an X01 shifter, I think the shifter feels much nicer when you go up to X01 or XX1. Let's see. Bike I bought, Cannondale Habit 4. I've seen a lot about those. It seems like they're pretty good. Rat Boy's on it. So, yeah. What is my opinion about Anvil Swage Sound? Daniel Nemeth. Sorry if I butchered that. Anvil, really good stuff. Super good stuff. You can order one for me on my website. Transition actually makes Anvil. I don't know if a lot of people know that, but it's pretty sweet. So, yeah, let's see. Yeah, they look super nice, really good build quality. Yeah, I couldn't complain. They are great. Do I host shop rides? I don't have enough time to do shop rides right now. But yeah, that's about it. I just don't have enough time to do shop rides. I wish that I could. Yeah, how do I turn on super chats? I don't get yeah, I don't get how to turn on super chat. Can you tell me how to turn it on? Because I don't understand it. Let's see. Okay, 220 pounds on my new Capra came with the DXX2 with a 400-pound spring. Let's see. Feels super soft. Do you think I need a stiffer spring? Hey, you just said it right there. If it feels super soft, then you probably need a stiffer spring. Capras are very, very, very progressive. They're like the most progressive bike out there. So they do feel really soft off the top. Generally run a lower spring rate on a really, really progressive bike. And it's going to ramp up very well. So I would recommend just checking to see if you are bottoming out quite a bit. If you're bottoming out quite a bit, then go stiffer spring. Go at least a size up. The bike will ride a whole lot better, unless you like it really soft. If you're riding a bunch of chunky stuff, then yeah, a soft spring is going to be sweet because it's going to be super, super absorbent, super supple and plush. Supple and plush. The words of the century for mountain, or the words of the decade for mountain bikes. Yeah, if you're riding like jumps and stuff, you want it to ramp up. You don't want to bottom out. So it really depends on your riding style. Front derailleurs of the future. He's right. Alex Chamberlain, you are totally right. I had a vision last night. I have visions all the time, and I had a vision. It was bike shops, the walls covered in front derailleurs. I'm talking, we don't even use a rear derailleur anymore. It's just like a bunch of front derailleurs, like one on the top, one on the bottom, one on the front. Just switching all these gears. Man, I dream of that day. Just kidding. If I had that vision, that would be a nightmare. Front derailleurs suck. Talk about the race team, homie. Yeah, race team. We got a race team. I got an edit coming out soon once I finish the website, so I can finish this edit. Basically, I'm gonna introduce all the race team. We got Alex, Logan, we got Craig, we got Nick, and it's gonna be a super fun time. I'm basically gonna be team dad, and I'm gonna follow the team around with my van because my van is fully equipped with a super nice like living space and kitchen and fridge and everything. So running water and stuff. So I'm gonna make sure everyone's well fed. I also have a bike shop in the back of my van. So I'm going to be able to bring spare parts, and I have a full toolkit. So I'm going to be fixing everybody's bikes and feeding everybody's tummies when we are on the road. And it's going to be fun because I'm going to get to go to all these resorts that I've never been to, or like riding spots that I've never been to. And it's going to be sweet because I'm going to get to ride, and I'm also going to get to yell at them. I'm going to yell at them when they ride by me. It's going to be sweet because that's, I think, what racing is all about. I don't really race. So, yeah, but let's see. Let's see. What is next? Let me scroll. Do I have them? Oh yeah, I do have springs. Sorry, Vance82 comments. Yeah, I got springs. They're not on the old website. They're going to be on the new website. The old website, it's just like, it was through Squarespace, and I had to kind of like trick the website into doing what I wanted it to. And it's like, I don't know, you can't run a really good e-commerce website with Squarespace. So I went to Shopify, and it's going to be way more powerful. More power. Yeah, Super Chat is like donating money through the live stream. That's okay. If you can't give me money, that's cool. Like, just like, I don't know, buy your next set of brake pads from me or something. Throw me, I'll make a couple bucks. So I want to buy a new mountain bike. Would I recommend? I already saw that. If I had $1,500, would I get a cheap full suspension bike or a really nice hardtail? That is like the question of eternity. Huh. I don't know, man. Like, I've had one season where I only had a hardtail, and my knees hurt all the time. I've also had a time where we just rode like our Marin Hawk Hill $1,500 full suspension bikes, which was like my whole rental fleet last year. And a couple times my bike was like broken, or like, I don't know what I did, or I just wanted to ride the rental bike because they pedal really good. They were nice. Like, I think you can rip hard on a cheap full suspension bike. And also $1,500 can't get you a really nice hardtail. Like, if you want a really nice hardtail, they generally start around $1,800. That's like the Marin Alcatraz, or not Alcatraz, San Quentin. Those are badass bikes, and they're really affordable. But I don't know. I'd probably get a cheap full suspension bike, and then just like save my pennies as I go. Upgrade some things here and there. Maybe put like a nice fork on it. But like entry-level drivetrain, all that stuff. Like, I don't know. I would go for a cheap full suspension bike for sure. Call Josh. He'll help you with Super Chat. Josh! Huh. I don't I don't see Josh. I called for him. Maybe he'll come. Josh, come here, bud. Yeah. Let's see. My rear wheel rubs on the frame, and the wheel doesn't sit properly in the frame. Do you think a wheel truing would fix the problem? If not, then what else could I do to get it straight? Huh. Is it open? If it's an open dropout, just make sure that your quick release, like loosen your quick release, put the bike on the ground so all the weight is on top of it, and then cinch it back down. That sounds like the wheels just sitting in the frame crooked. But without seeing the bike in front of me, I cannot fix it over the internet. I wish I could. That'd be cool. Oh, you know what? Doctors can do surgery. Like there could be like a doctor in like Sweden with like a little joystick, and he could do like open heart surgery in like Texas or something. So I could probably get like robots to fix people's bikes. Whoa, that's a really good idea. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna take over the world. So that'll be my next project. So next time I don't put out videos frequently, it's because I will be working on a robot that fixes your bikes. Let's see. What's up, Chris? This customer, Chris Mason, has ordered several things from me in the past couple weeks as he's upgrading his Sentinel, and we have had a bunch of crazy stuff going on. First couple packages, well, not a bunch of crazy stuff. First couple packages, like maybe they're quickies in Washington and 1 day away. So everything I ship out, as long as I drop it off at the post office before 5 o'clock, then yeah, it gets to them next day. And so one of the packages, though, it didn't make it, and they sent it to like the wrong zip code. I still haven't dealt with that whole thing, but I basically sent him a new package because that's on me. So there'd be like some insurance through shipping, and also I just want to make Chris happy. So if that ever happens, like, don't worry about it. I will make sure that you get taken care of. Let's see. Can you ride Galby all year, or does it turn into a muddy mess you shouldn't ride? It turns into a muddy mess that you should ride. Yeah, we ride year round here. Last year it got snowed on. It was a weird thing where it got snowed on like one day, and then water's important. I need water to live and talk. Yeah, we ride year round. It's pretty cool. I would recommend it up here. What do I think about the Rocky Mountain Slayer? Rocky Mountain Slayer is a sweet bike. All the new Rocky Mountain bikes are pretty sweet. Yeah, I would recommend it. It's a sweet bike. I think they've got every kink worked out by now. It's been a couple years. The rear axles were kind of weird on them at first. I used to be a Rocky Mountain dealer. I sold a few Slayers, and they all seem to kind of have like a rear axle problem. And so they were like sending people new rear triangles and stuff. Oh yeah, sweet. Chris is going to be racing Chuckanut on September 14th. I will be here somewhere. I'll probably be at the race or the shop. Who knows? I'm not racing though. I don't really race. Every time I try to race and push myself to go fast, I just crash. I hit a tree or fall off the trail or something. So who knows? All right, get a used bike. Yeah, that would be good. $1,500, get a used full suspension bike. That's going to be the best bang for your buck for sure. But if you want a warranty, get a new bike. Let's see. Do you think I could ride a park on the Hawk Hill? No, probably not. If it's a smooth park, like if you're in California, don't have a lot of braking bumps, yeah, you'd be fine. But if you're riding Whistler or Sun Peaks or something like that in Canada, no, you're gonna get beat up. You're gonna get your butt whooped. And the bike might break more often, but pretty much I mean, you could do it every once in a while, but it depends on how hard you're pushing it. Greetings from Cape Cod. That's in Florida, right? I think that's in Florida. I don't know. Let's see. Nice hair, man. Hey, Broseph. Thanks. You like these locks? Yeah, that look pretty good today. Sometimes it like poofs up like a little fro, and I look like an idiot, but it calms down sometimes depending on the weather and stuff. So, do I ever make it to California? I do make it to California. Yeah. My friend Mo Awesome is down there. He's a YouTube dude. And yeah, it's pretty sweet. Here's my gist of California. California is really sweet. Everything about California is really cool. Then I start riding bikes there, and then I'll be completely honest. I'll be like, I'd rather just ride bikes in Bellingham. Sorry, California people. But yeah, I just want to come back right away because I really like it up here. But I do make it down to California. I generally go in like January or February, so we'll see if I make it this year. I got a bunch of stuff to do here. We'll see. Did you know you originally wanted to buy the new Lyric Red, but after watching your vids, it turned out me buying Grip 2? Sweet. Did you buy a Grip 2 fork for me? I hope so. Costa Melvin. Yeah, I don't know. Lyric versus Grip 2. They're both good forks. It really just depends. Like 36 a little bit more stiff, more adjustable. Fox is a great company. SRAM's a great company. They make RockShox. So yeah, we recommend a good rear wheel with an 8-speed cassette. If you're looking for if you got an 8-speed drivetrain, pretty much any rear wheel that's double wall is gonna be totally fine. Don't spend a ton of money. Oh, Cape Cod's in Massachusetts. Okay. Let's see. How did I get into mountain biking, and what made you want to open a bike shop? Okay, so I've been riding bikes since I was like 4. Like my mom has a ton of pictures of me riding bikes when I was a little kid, and I started like fixing my bike when I was 4 because my bike was always broken. Because my parents always bought me like Kmart bikes, so they'd break, and so I had to fix them because I was like a little kid and I didn't have any money. So basically, yeah, I rode BMX bike like park. I'm from Illinois, so I didn't have mountain biking. And then I moved to Central Illinois, and then I started working on suspension. So I've been working at bike shops since I was 16. I'm 28 right now, so I'm on about year 12 working at bike shops. This is the 3rd year that my shop's going to be open. So let's see. I got into riding mountain bikes. I took a BMX trip to Colorado, and then while we were there, we rented bikes and rode Winter Park Trestle in Colorado, and it was so much fun. Driving home through Kansas, I was just like, what am I doing? Why do I live in Illinois still? So I came back, sold all my stuff, and I moved to Washington and became a diehard mountain biker. And that was about 4 years ago when I moved to Bellingham. And then I opened my bike shop about a year and a half or 2 years into moving to Bellingham. And yeah, now I just ride mountain bikes all the time, and I love it. Love it. How do you fix compressed brake pad? Not sure what you mean. Let's see. Did I ever get a new gimbal? I actually just bent my gimbal back. It works totally fine. Yeah. Let's see. Cool. How much travel do I need to ride Whistler? I don't know. 140 at least in the rear if it's 20. 130 rear at least if it's a 29er. 140 27.5 at least. You know, I think a 6-inch bike does everything really good. I ride my 165 millimeter travel NS Snap everywhere, and it does everything very good. So I would recommend about a 160 millimeter bike. Do I recommend the Vorsprung lift copy? I've been getting a lot of arm pump with my Fox 36 Grip 2. If so, do you sell them? I don't sell them because I've never used one, but I do need to get a hold of Vorsprung to see if they can set me up with one. So Vorsprung's in Whistler, and I'm in Whistler all the time in the summer, so I do need to stop by there and chat with those guys and see what we could do, because I do get that request a lot, but I've never I don't have a ton of knowledge about them. Let's see. Noble Canyon, California is a premier ride. Just FYI, sweet. I'm sure that there's tons. I mean, the riding's great. It's just I just am so used to having jumps and berms. Like in Bellingham, we have just like huge berms and stuff. And going out of California, there's not really many berms. My friend Mo, I said, this is a funny story. I'm riding with Mo, and I'm like, isn't it weird that there's no berms like anywhere or jumps? He's like, oh no, there's some berms. Like, I'll show you some trails with some berms. And so we go and ride some trails. And it's like when there's like a jump coming up and you want your friend to know, or like a drop, and you're like, drop, and you're in front. And so you want your friend to know there's a drop coming up. He yelled, he's like, berm. And I'm like, what? And he like, that's California for you. They call out when there's a berm coming up so you can prepare for the berm. I always thought that was funny. Let's see. Hey, Mike, can I convert my straight steering tube to a tapered? You cannot. No, you can. I mean, you can get a new CSU or the uppers, depending on what year it is and everything. So you can email me, info@mrlost.com, and I'll make sure that we get you sorted out with some new CSUs if you're swapping to a different bike. Snappy is a 140/20. What do you? I'm not sure what you're comparing that to. Let's see. Oh, when you squeeze a brake and the wheel is off. Just take one of these guys. PP 1.2. Basically, calipers, like, here's the brake pads, and then you just like go like this, and it will spread out the brake pads. So you can get one of those on the website. Those things are sweet. I would highly recommend having that. Sorry, Sorry, I didn't mean to make fun of California. I just I just ride a lot out here. So let's see. How do you feel about X-Fusion Driver Posts? I'll be completely honest. X-Fusion is one of the only companies I just never mesh well with. Like, people always ask me, like, why do you make so many Fox videos? And why do you make so many SRAM videos? It's like, these are the parts that I've had the best experience with. These are the parts that the companies make that are easy to work with. So it's more work for me if I gotta work with a company that's tough to work with, and it's more work for you, because then if something breaks and you can't get a hold of these guys, then that's gonna suck. So I don't really like to use companies that make things that break super often, and then you can't get a hold of them. So what's my favorite handlebar? Raceface 6C. I've used that on the past 2 bikes, and I love it. I have not broken them, and I should have broken them by now. Is what I would say, but I have not broken those. So is that a DPX2 in the back? I have a Bronson, and I have been debating to upgrade to a DPX2. Would it be worth it? This is a DPX2 right here. Yeah, the DPX2 is a sweet shock. It's gonna make your bike feel super active, poppy, and it's also gonna be pretty plush off the top because of the evil air chamber right there. So think of it this way: here is your positive air chamber right here, holding the shock out. Here is the negative air chamber, which is going to be pushing the shock, supporting the shock under compression. And so once you have that, it's going to be nice and plus feeling shock off the top, but it's going to be ramping up pretty quick. It's going to be the most progressive. So air shocks, it's X2 versus DPX2. This is going to be more linear. This is going to be more progressive. So, and it also depends on the type of bike you have. If you have a very linear suspension design on your bike, then it's going to be better riding with one of these guys. The Transition Sentinel, let's just say, pretty linear bike. These things feel really good on them. And Float X2, it'll feel good. You can pack this thing, stuff it full of tokens, make it feel more progressive. And then you're going to have the better adjustability like the X2 has. But you can't really go wrong with the DPX2. It does everything really well. So it's a good shot. Let's see. Boom. All right. Well, I have not even. Oh, sweet. John Faust. Yeah, sweet. Likes the dropper. And the X2. Yeah, X2 is a damn good shock. I have a DHX2 and an X2, lucky enough. And I basically, I think that the X2, the Float X2 is a better shock for all around. The DHX2 I'll run in the summer when I'm riding Canada a lot and there's a lot of chunk. So it's nice to have like a little bit more sensitivity, but I was luckily given that luxury to have 2 shocks. Otherwise I would just run the Float X2. So let's see. Boom! That's funny. So turning the dials clockwise on the DHX2, speed up or slow down the compression. So, all right, let's see. So here's a Float X2. Here's the adjustments right there. So you can see basically it says slow rebound with an arrow. I don't know if you can see that or not. Slow rebound there. I think it's backwards because I'm on like a camera. But yeah, so most suspension, when you turn it clockwise, righty-tighty, you're basically, this is a very risque hand gesture, but basically here's the port where all of the oil is going through. So when the so basically there's like a little pin in there, like a needle that closes off this port, and as you tighten it down, it restricts how much oil flow can come through. So that's going to make things just slower. So it's the same thing for compression and rebound circuits. You're basically just like closing off a port. So as basically full tight, like full compression. If you have a fork locked out, oil can't go through there because this thing is locked out. So that's just kind of how that works. Let's see. Any thoughts on the Attack Trail 7? Yeah, they're pretty sweet bikes. They don't make the Attack Trail anymore. It's now the I can't remember. I can't remember what the new bikes are called. I remember we're in dealer, and I don't even know. I just haven't looked at bikes in a while because I've been working on the website. Let's see. Shocks are naughty. Yeah. Happy New Year from Florida. What's up, Florida? It's probably pretty hot there, huh? How many frames have I cracked? I've cracked 1 chainstay. That's it. That's it. I ride pretty soft. I'm only 145 pounds. And I grew up riding BMX bikes with no suspension. So like naturally my body kind of soaks things up, or I just like use my knees and my arms a lot. So I don't really break too many bike parts, which is pretty sweet. All right, we have not talked about anything that was in the title. So we got 74 people watching right now, which is pretty sweet. So I'm 40 minutes in. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're not super familiar with my videos, my name's Mike. I'm the owner of Mr. Lost Bike Shop in Bellingham, Washington. Basically, 2018 was a really crazy year. Every year in the past few years have been really crazy for me. So we actually started as a mobile bike shop 2.5 years ago, something like that. I lost track of time. Feels like just yesterday. We were a mobile bike shop for about 1.5 years. And then basically I ran out of space. Started doing more online sales and more online media and content. So our online presence became really popular. And I just worked really hard to have like the best possible customer service as I possibly could, working like day and night for a long time, and I still do. So basically that went really well, and my hard work paid off, and I ended up getting the shop that I'm sitting in right now. Hello, shop. The shop said hi, everybody. So if you're wondering. So let's see. So yeah, 2018, built this shop that I'm standing in. So I built this workbench and this tool board and everything literally just like a year ago or whatever. So it's been a really crazy ride. It feels like I've been here for like 5 years, but I haven't. The bike shop hasn't even had the doors open for 1 full year at my brick and mortar store, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, I would convert my pedals to tubeless. They're lighter, more traction on your feet. Yeah, resolution is ride more. Life is short, ride when you can. That's exactly what I was just going to get into. And last quick question: most reliable brakes I've ever experienced lately. I've had the Code RSCs are sweet. I haven't actually. It's more so like what brakes have not been reliable. That would be a hard question, or that would be a hard question, because like everything works pretty damn good. All Shimano's, all SRAMs work super good. Avids used to suck, but people still really like to think that Avid brakes have never changed. SRAM did make Avid, but they're all good. Yeah. Grease your grips. It's funny. That is a good joke, because they said, Joe, just grease your grips. That will make it all better. I've literally had to I think I've had to grease grips before. This one guy sweats a lot, and he brings his bike in here all the time, and like everything's always deteriorated from sweat. And I couldn't find a creak in his front end, and I took his grips off and like cleaned and like put like a little dab of grease like underneath them, and they didn't move. I didn't like slather the bars to the guy. I didn't make it unsafe. And the creak was in the grips. That's probably my craziest story of ever working on bikes. Like the last thing you would ever expect to creak. Let's see. 1x15 derailleur. That'll probably be here in about 4 years. 1x15. So yeah, that's a good resolution to get to the point skill-wise where you can ride Snow Summit. Riding bike parks is sweet. Whatever you can do. Do I like clipless pedals? I ride flats. I don't ride clipless. I like to take my foot off and just like be an idiot and I don't know, do no footers. I'll throw like a Superman every once in a while. I'm not really that good at them, but it's just like for some reason I'm just like, oh, I want to ride flat pedals so I can do stupid tricks sometimes. But Fox Rhythm Fork is an upgrade on Specialized Pitch. You can't buy a Fox Rhythm aftermarket. Fox Rhythm forks are only available OEM. So you will have to go to a Fox 34 Performance Series, and that will be a mega upgrade to a pitch. Yeah. Side-to-side play on cranks. They're on a external GXP bottom bracket. Any thoughts on what it could be? It depends. If it's side-to-side play, you're probably missing a shim or a wavy washer. There's a wavy washer inside of there, which is basically like a little spring-loaded washer. If you're missing that, then you will have side-to-side play in your cranks. So, all right, anyway. My New Year's resolutions for 2019. Number 1, ride my bike more. I rode my bike a ton this summer, and then I started working on the website. And basically, I had an employee for a few months, which was sweet because I was able to kind of take a breather, travel a lot in my van, go to Whistler quite a bit, and I had a really good summer of riding. But then when school came back around, my mechanic went back to school, and so it was just me again. And so I've just been working like literally all the time for the past couple months, which is which is fine because I like to get as much sun as I can in the winter, and ride a lot in the summer. But I really miss building. I haven't built much trail this year, and I generally, like last year I built quite a bit, and the year before that I built a ton, like 4 days a week, 4 or 5 days a week I was out building. And so I would really like to get back to that. I really miss building. Building's almost like just as much fun as riding is sometimes. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, resolution is find a good work-life balance between YouTube, full-time job. Wow, trail features, you have got it going on. I feel you. I feel you for sure. Let's see. Oh, let's see. Yeah, another thing I would like to do more. This is like on the personal side of things. I'm going to try to use less oil cooking, less saturated fat in my diet, and less omega-6s. And let's see, another thing is just eat more whole foods. So I do eat a whole foods plant-based diet, but I also do eat a lot of baked goods and candy. Not candy, like chocolate and cake and stuff. So it's just like, I don't know. I feel like I have a pretty damn good diet, but there's always room to improve. So that's kind of what I'm on for. So yeah, eat even more healthier than I do right now. Another thing, I have possibly a mechanic coming to work here that's going to be able to run the shop. So that's going to be sweet. So one of my resolutions is to get that figured out so I can work 40 to 50 hours a week instead of working 80 hours a week. So that's what I would like to get away from. But in any business, it's very necessary to work a lot for a few years to get things going. Pretty much do everything yourself, bookkeeping, making sure the printer has ink in it, cleaning the floors, cleaning the windows. And then also I got to work on bikes and do all the sales, ship everything out, make the website work, all that stuff. So, and just be here and help customers, answer the phone, blah, blah, blah. Just don't eat at Whole Foods. I don't know. Whole Foods is okay. Like, they have vegan pizza there. It's pretty good. What's my favorite vegan snack meal? Sorry, I don't mean to hijack this into a diet thing. My go-to post-ride snacker meal. Tons of rice before. Eat a lot of carbs. You seriously feel like a bullet going uphill. So lots of carbs before, and then afterwards I just eat a lot of like I love black bean bowls. Those are really good. Also, like if I want like a snack afterwards, I just have like a banana and peanut butter. That's really good. Super easy too, and a ton of water. Let's see. Make it 1 year without breaking some part of body. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. That's a bummer. I have had a couple friends go down this past year and just struggle with injury in the recent years, and it's a bummer to hear. So yeah, you know what? Here's a resolution that I just thought of, and all of you should think of doing is probably doing some yoga and staying limber, because falling down hurts your body. That's just the way it works, and that's just how the world is. So yeah, if you can stay limber, put some muscle on, have a little layer between the ground and your bones, then that definitely doesn't hurt. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. Chocolate milk is the perfect nutrition after workout drink. I'll disagree, but I don't want to like turn this into a diet thing. Let's see. Seeing them on eBay for 180 without decals. I mean, that's possible. I just wouldn't always trust things without decals. I mean, I don't know where they're coming from. I don't know if it's used or new or whatever, but it's possible it's good. Thunderstruck Coach. Hey, do you find that the 4-piston Shimano brakes have less rotor clearance? I have not installed the 4-piston Shimano like XTs and stuff. Let's see. No, I have not. I have not put those on. But I don't know. I would ask. I know Mo Awesome has the 4-piston. He's a Shimano guy. I'm a SRAM guy. So I have not done that. Yoga is amazing. Core strength and stability makes everything. Yeah, totally. Yeah, and recovery. Yep. Yeah, John, you're totally right. Yeah, yoga's cool. I like to do this thing. Like I do yoga for a couple days or whatever, and I don't know. I get distracted and then I just forget. So that's kind of what happens with me. I like get on the yoga train and then I just like I get off at a station to like stretch my legs on a long train ride, and then I just forgot, and then I just like wander away. So, what? I don't know where Topanish, Washington is. No idea. Any bike parks I should check out? The only bike park in Washington State is, geez, I can't even think. What? I am blanking on like words today. Oh God, why can't I think of what the Stevens Pass? Stevens Pass is the only bike park in yeah, that's it, Stevens. Thanks, guys. Yeah, so yeah, Stevens Pass is the one. I mean, yeah, I would go to Whistler. Like if you are up here in Washington, go to Whistler. Trust me. Wim Hof technique will improve recovery. Yeah, I am. Pardon my French. I'm a huge pussy when it comes to being cold. So I feel like I like grew up playing hockey, and for some reason my body like never adapted to being cold. So I'm just like cold all the time. It's probably like 76 degrees in the shop right now, and I have a hoodie on and beanie. So, but yes, I have heard great things. I know a couple guys that do that, and they really like that stuff. I have not ridden Mount Hood. I have not been there, but I think there might be an enduro race there, and I think I might be there. I think I might be there at that race when I go with the race team. Yeah. So, yeah, totally. I used to play pond hockey below 0 too. It was sweet. But for whatever reason, I just get cold. I don't know why. But let's see. What other New Year's resolutions do I have? Basically just like ride my bike a lot, and work less. So, yeah, I think that's probably everybody's New Year's resolutions here. Does anybody else like drop in the comments? Does anybody else have like a New Year's resolution that pertaining to bikes that I have not said myself, as in just like riding more and working less? Maybe becoming a better bike mechanic, or maybe improving your tool collection in your shop. Maybe just, here's another good New Year's resolution that I had for everybody, is basically organizing things. So like my shop, like you can see, like I have everything pretty organized. I really like pegboards and putting tools on the wall because it's right there in front of you. So if you're if you need a 5mm Allen key, it's right there. If you need a crescent wrench, it's right there. If you need a chain breaker, it's right there. I know where every single tool is, and it's just nice. Like if you gotta fix something, you're not like fumbling through some weird toolbox with a bunch of tools like just smashed together. So that's definitely pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, lots of outdoor hockey that is really cold. Yeah, that sucks. Or I mean, it's fun because you stay warm, but it's once you stop moving around, it kind of sucks. Spend more time on Zwift. Yep, that makes sense. I think trail features. I think you're in Texas. That might be right? I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's like the way to do it when you're out there. So, let's see. Building a pump track and get my neighborhood kids to pick skills. Dang, that's a sweet New Year's resolution. That's okay. He's on top of the chart right now with the New Year's resolutions, guys. If anyone can one-up him, I would be very surprised. That dude is going to build a pump track and get his neighborhood kids to get skills together and ride bikes. That is badass. Yeah, hockey will build up riding a bike. Hockey is very hard. I play. So I'm natively a goalie. So I have very good like short bursts of energy, and then I later after high school, when I stopped taking hockey so seriously, I started playing forward, and then I just felt like I was going to throw up all the time because it's like longer periods or longer stints of going balls to the wall. Whereas goalie, you just like play hard for like a couple minutes or like a minute or so when they're in your zone. So that's kind of how I ride my bike, like short spurts of energy. So how is local business going for you? Are you the only shop in your area? Absolutely not. Thunderstruck Coach. There are 14 bike shops in Bellingham. I'm serious. There's 14 bicycle shops in Bellingham, and I am one of them. Local business is good. I kind of have a niche. I just do mountain bike stuff and things like that. I don't spread myself too thin. I just work on the things that I really enjoy. I mean, we do work on everything. We work on. I have actually a background in like tri-bikes. I was a tri-bike, majorly a tri-bike mechanic for a couple years. At the same time as doing suspension stuff too. But Yeah. So, yeah, local business is good. Yeah. Oh, you live in Colorado. 7 degrees outside. That's cold, man. I was just complaining because it was going to be 31 in the middle of the night while I'm sleeping. I'm sorry to hear that. He's from, oh yeah, the pump track dude is from India, where trail riding is in its infancy. That's awesome, man. There's seriously nothing better than watching like a community grow for riding bikes because like I said before, like I believe that mountain biking is the most fun thing ever. So it's like one of the only things that you get into and then you don't like just forget about it in a couple weeks. Like, I don't know, everyone's done that with things like, I don't know, you might be like 20 and you get video games and then you're like, oh, video games are sweet. Then you play them for 2 weeks and you're like, oh, this sucks. I don't want to do this anymore, et cetera, you know, just an example or whatever. But mountain biking, man, it's just, you can't get into it and not just get super into it. So, yeah, it's crazy. So best of luck to Bangalore Trail Rider. Everybody give him a round of applause because that man is badass. So, yeah, hockey does help with crashing. Let's see, because you get crashed by other people. Plan on doing more group rides for mental health of people who suffer. It brings them out of isolation. Want to ride bikes? That is badass as well. One of the reasons that I like riding bikes so much is because I have some type of mental stuff too. I have obsessive compulsive disorder, so I obsessively think about things and I have compulsions. Pretty much every time that I leave to go to the grocery store, I basically pull around the block and come back to the shop, come inside, and make sure that I lock the door and make sure that I didn't like leave something on or something like that. That's just one of the side effects out of many. But riding bikes helps me very much with getting my mind off of things, turning my brain off, and that's one of the things that really led me to falling in love with it. And it's crazy because you don't really hear about that stuff. No one really talks about it. I will because like I'm very much come to terms with like anxiety and all that stuff because we live in a super crazy world. You know, we didn't evolve having like mini pocket computers where people like contacted you all the time, and like people didn't evolve answering emails and watching commercials and stuff like that. No, we didn't have that much stimulation. So it's like I don't really think our brains are technically like evolved all the way to take care of all this or just like be super chill all the time. Like, but that's what's cool about mountain bikes or any bikes in general. Like, just get your brain off things. It's super simple. And that's what I like. And that's why I don't really like e-bikes because it's like, it just takes away the fact that it's like just you and your bike out in the woods. And that, I don't know, like e-bikes, I really, really do think e-bikes are great for people with physical handicaps. I think that is one thing that they're very good for. But I don't know, just something about you and your bike in the woods, no motors, not really any, electrical technology. You know, there's mechanical technology in there and stuff, but it's more simple and stuff. So let's see. Quade Griffin. Hello, everybody. This year, with mountain biking, I would like to ride more and learn how to fix bikes and build them. We'll be watching Mechanic Mondays for help with that. Sounds great. I will be making Mechanic Mondays so that you can watch them and to help with your bike building. Because working on bikes is pretty fun. It's also, it's pretty frustrating sometimes, but I should make a video on how the best tool that is not on the tool board is up here, being patient. Patience is key. And once you can just understand that riding bike, or once you can understand that when you buy a mountain bike, it's literally the only thing that you buy with the intent of beating the shit out of. Pardon my French. But you buy a cell phone and you drop it and you're like, no, I dropped my cell phone. But then you like go and spend like $6,000 on this bike and you go in the woods and you crash and launch it at a tree and you're like, woo, this is fun. Smash it through rocks, put it on the outside of your car while you're driving through like a rain or snowstorm. It's like, yeah, once you understand that like you bought it to beat it up and it's going to break, things come easier. Working on bikes becomes easier. So Want to Ride Bikes fixes up bikes and donates them and fixes other bikes. Also, that's sweet. I always had this idea where it'd be really fun to get some sponsors on board. Like, let's say I got like Bell helmets and like SRAM to donate like a bunch of small parts, and I had a bunch of helmets, and I like toured across the United States and went to like poor communities that didn't have a structure for bikes, and everyone's just on really janky old beat up bikes, didn't have helmets. I could go to these towns, fix all their bikes, and donate helmets, make videos out of it. I think that's something that I always have wanted to do. And I think that'd be pretty interesting to see me kind of just travel and go to these different communities and work on people's bikes, and I think that would be a sweet project. Let's see. I have old bikes, and Body says anything for them, but it's okay. Oh, nice. I ride alone 99% of the time just so I can hear, feel, and appreciate mountain biking. That's very nice. That brings to mind whenever I see someone riding with headphones, I'm like, huh. You should probably take your headphones out. I'm not gonna say it to them, but it's like, I don't know. That's to each their own. I love just being like super quiet. It's really nice. Man, you live in a desert town with over 400,000 people and you have 2 bike shops? What? Dude, Bellingham has like 85,000 people and we have 14 bike shops. That is crazy. Oh, man. Yeah. Man, that's crazy. Let's see. When you use a swing set as a bike stand, oh my God, that is really funny. Everybody go read Kent Quint's comment. That is hilarious. I just had a good mental image of you with your bike hanging from a swing stand with one little multi-tool. That's really funny. But keep it up. So maybe that could be your New Year's resolution. You could build a work stand out of like 2x4s, man. Like you don't need to buy a super expensive repair stand. You could just, I've built one out of 2x4s at my house in college because I was in college, and it was either only eating ramen and have a nice repair stand, or like, you know, also throw like some avocados in there and have a 2x4 repair stand. So I would try that. That'd be sweet. If you change the frame of your bike, is it the same bike or a different one? I'm not sure what you mean. I mean, it's technically a different bike. I don't know. Oh man, yeah, you have a bike shop an hour away. That's crazy. 91 miles to Worldwide. Man, that's a bummer. Man, if you ever need any parts, like just order from my website. Like it only takes, it's generally 2 days because I use USPS priority mail to get from us in Bellingham down to Southern California. It always depends on that thing called traffic that they have. So, but yeah, let me know. Like I ship things every day, and I'd love to help you out. Let's see. Yeah, you can add more travel. If you have 120 millimeter hardtail, then like bumping it up to 140 wouldn't really hurt, but I wouldn't really go anything above that. So it's gonna feel weird. If you change the cranks, it's the same bike. It's a mine problem. I'm not sure. I don't know when it's a different bike, but I like your style of thinking. It's throwing me off, and I like it. Oh, I did hook you up twice. You are correct. Forgot about that. Let's see. I use a skate lace to work on a bike. I mean, you can work on a bike with anything. I got a jar of zip ties up there, and that gets the job done. So zip ties, electrical tape. We got some Gorilla tape down here. Allen keys. I have Allen keys. Yeah, let's see. Okay, well, we've been on for just over an hour. How are you guys doing? Like, I can keep going. I'm having fun. I got some water left because my mouth is getting pretty dry from talking so much. But what other questions you guys got? You have any questions about riding bikes, working on bikes, building trail? You guys got any questions about fork setup? It's kind of hard to answer questions about fork setup like that, like generally, but I'll try my best. You guys want to have any questions about what it's like to own a business? Do you guys have any questions about what it's like to have long hair? What it's like to have only one beanie to your name that has a green tree on it? The answer to that is it's actually great because it matches with everything, and you don't have to have a whole bunch of beanies. So let's see. You need a brew. I don't drink. I don't completely not drink. I don't drink 99.9% of the time. I probably had like one alcoholic beverage in the past year. Before that, like I have like maybe one a year or something like that. I just don't really, I don't know. Alcohol hits my system and I just like don't feel good. So I'm not stoked on it. On an Intense M104, I need to know what the coil I can go up on. I have no idea. If it's a 2004 bike, man, I am very out of the loop with a bike that's that age. So tell us about your mechanic girlfriend partner. So yeah, I used to be. So I started this shop with my girlfriend Callie. No, don't be like, oh no. So me and Callie split up several months ago. We're still great friends. She basically wanted to work on a different project, and we just have so much going on. Where basically we still are. We talk all the time. She's here all the time. We work on business projects together. She's actually working on a new business called Wild Grit. She wanted to get more into like women's activity in action sports, because she's a long-term skier, snowmobiler, hiker, and overnight. And she does like backpacking trips and mountain biker. She's a really good rider too. And basically she, we just like needed spend a little time apart and stuff like that. So we still do see each other all the time. We were gonna go for a ride today, but something happened. Let's see. Tell us about what is the bike biz like? The bike biz is actually pretty good. You see a lot of bike people like complain about the bike industry. Like, it's just like any other industry. It's partly, for me, it's partly retail, partly service. So it's a pretty cool, like, all around business to do. And I don't know, I don't really have any complaints about it. I mean, the only complaint that I have is it's like some brands like have some companies like sell things dirt cheap, and it doesn't really work like that in retail. Like, if you go to any store, there's like a recommended price to sell things for or advertise for, and so that's kind of hard. I got to work around that sometimes, but I do my best to like make things as affordable as I possibly can. Especially if you like ever buy like a big bundle, like I'll try my best to help out. At least always with free shipping. I throw in some swag. Dude ordered a Fox fork the other day. Fox socks in the box. Boom. Yeah, sweet Fox socks. Doesn't sound like much, but like, I don't know. If I opened a fork and I had like a sick pair of Fox socks, I'd be pretty excited. So let's see. What kind of insurance policy do you have for a business? And do you also carry a personal umbrellas policy? Man, Nick Hansen. That's an in-depth question. Yeah, I got both. You have to have both, because if you don't, then you just get sued in case something happens. Like, let's say one day it's super crazy on a Saturday and I twist like 100 bolts all day. There's a small chance that I'm going to miss one. Let's say I miss one stem bolt and someone goes over their handlebar out of the millions of bolts I have to keep track of. They go over the handlebar and they're really mad at me. They can sue me. I would expect them to, because that should not happen. Let's hope that doesn't ever happen. But yeah, you don't want anybody suing you. And we do live in a day and age, I'm sure you guys have seen. It's very easy to sue people. Lots of people sue each other for trivial things. So I try to stay out of that. Yeah, I saw Shimano stop the chain reaction pricing. But Shimano still, they have like eBay stores, they have Jensen, blah, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. It's like, that's the only thing that is kind of a bummer. But I mean, other than that, that's not even a complaint. Like, I can work around that. That's not a big deal. But you'll see a lot of people like in the bike industry, like really complain about like the industry and things like that. But like, that's the same for anything. Like, if you own a business and you're just sitting there not doing anything and not trying to bring customers out there and putting yourself out there, your business is just going to be pretty lackluster. You know, you'll have customers, you'll have people to come to you, but it's not the industry's fault. Like, it's, I don't know. People don't like to blame things on themselves, but you know, you gotta own up for it. So basically, when I started this bike shop, it was a hobby to me, and for the first year and a half or so, I totally saw it as a hobby. Lately, I've been really buckling down and seeing it more as a business. I live in my van, and I love living in my van, but I don't know if I want to do it for the rest of my life. So I do want to buy a house at some point. So I'm like, hey, I own a business. It's pretty rad. Like, people like me. I'm talking to people from the Philippines and Germany right now, and Cape Cod and Cape Canaveral, and I don't know, all over the world. It's just like, you know, so basically, like, I think my business is going very good, especially after I get the website up. I get a mechanic in the shop this spring, maybe a sales guy too, because I need to focus. I need to put my glasses on, my content glasses, basically, and I need to focus on creating content. This looks pretty cool. I need to focus on creating content as in videos, YouTube videos, because they're fun to make. It's sweet too, because when I make a video, it stays around forever. People can search it. They can watch it whenever they need to, like all my mechanic videos. Let's say you service your Fox fork once a year and you just like don't remember things very well from year to year with little parts and stuff. You can go back. You can search it. It's always going to be there. So YouTube's a great outlet for any industry, and I have very much seen the value that making videos has. YouTube's they do a bang up job on keeping things working really good. Really great website. A lot of people take it for granted, but it's like YouTube's pretty badass. So I spent a lot of time on YouTube. let's see. Tough time going from too tight to too much play on an integrated 40 series headset. I would check to make sure that you got all the little parts there. That's the only thing that I would check, is just to make sure that you got all the little parts there. 40s are pretty easy. I would also take the bearing out and check it. Usually the lower bearing gets super gunked up with a bunch of crap inside of it, so you can pop that little seal off with a razor blade and take a grease gun, put some heavy duty bearing grease into it, and just try that. I'd just pull the headset apart, basically just put it in starting from scratch. So I just started growing my hair out, joining the club. Yeah, I'm basically the leader of the club right now. Man, look at this stuff. Look at my hair. It's really funny. It's really funny because there's been a couple comments on my videos where people are like, huh, nice man bun. Or like, of course this dude's got a man bun. Ugh. And I'm like, I don't know why everyone associates that putting your hair up with being a man bun. Like, you don't have to put a name on it. You don't have to put a name on it. It's just like, look at my hair. If I'm working on suspension like this, let's say I'm rebuilding a shock and I'm looking down, I get like hair in my hands, and my hair is gonna have like suspension fluid on it or something. So then I put my hair up in a man bun. I don't know. What the heck's the big deal? Let's see. Impressive to see a young person like yourself give owning a business a go. Best of luck. Thank you. How old do you guys think I am? I feel like I look like I'm like 21, but I'm 20. I just turned 28 in November. So, yeah, cutting hair is actually very nice. For some reason, I'm in a long hair phase right now. So, you live in the bike shop. I don't live in the bike shop. I live in my van. I have like a little kitchenette and stuff, and I have my bathroom here and stuff that I use. But I've never like stayed in the shop or anything like that. A lot of people do. That's very common to see. A lot of people live in the bike shops. Yes, you should be good. Going from 120 to 130 or 140, it's not really gonna hurt anything. There's not many forks out there that are 27.5 quick release though. But you can find one. They're out there. So I only see you on tube. Do you have help? So I had a mechanic last year, but he's a student. His name's Logan. He's a super good kid. And basically he went back to school, and so it's just me. But I'm just in all the videos because he was like running the shop, basically like helping customers, working on bikes and stuff like that. So I was just in all the videos. So word of mouth about anything helps more than you know. Oh yeah, no, word of mouth is awesome. All I did for the first year and a half was word of mouth when we were a mobile bike shop. But again, too, we placed ourselves when we were a mobile bike shop. Our placement was like right at the trailhead on Galbraith, where on Saturdays and Sundays there's literally like 100 cars parked in the parking lot. So I was just always like, you know what, we gotta put ourselves in the spotlight. Like, it seems kind of cheesy to say, but you gotta. From one of my friend Karen, who owns a bike shop that I used to work at, she told us basically, you either open a business like right in the limelight on like a busy street, easy thing that people pass by and see you, or you create a destination for people to come to. So when we were opening a shop, we saw there's a really small shop that people walk by all the time in like a downtown part. It was pretty expensive. And then there was a cheaper one, which was like a freaking huge warehouse in like an industrial area. And we were like, no one's going to go to the industrial area, but we'll have a ton of space. But then lots of people are going to go to the downtown area, but we'll have like literally no space. So luckily we found this shop that I'm in. It's right in the middle. Plenty of space. Perfect amount of space, honestly. Perfect amenities. And it's not exactly out of the way, but it's also like, it's just off of a busy street. So it's a couple doors down from the busy street. So it's perfect spot. Location is, yeah, location is like the cheesiest thing. But that's correct. Like, if you're opening any business, it's all about location, especially anything that's retail or food. So a dream is to get a van, own a bike shop. Any tips you have to succeed? Man. Yeah, man. Do you have experience in the bike industry? I had 9.5 years of experience in the bike industry before I opened my own shop. So you really want to make sure that you know what's going on. It takes a ton of time to set up a bike shop. Like you have to build the shop and then take pictures and have like a plan to send to distributors so that you can get distributor accounts to get your parts at wholesale. So that it takes a ton of work. Like people might think like, I always see the thing like on a Pink Bike comment, I see like, oh, the bike shops are ripping people up. They got to make their markup. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't go to your job and tell you that your things are overpriced. Like it's always the bike shop. That's always got to be the people that are like got price gouging people. It's like, I've never walked into a bike shop that like price marks things up above MSRP. That's crazy. Like we sell things as cheap as we possibly can and barely make any money doing that. So, yeah. So, let's see. Is the logo me? No, the logo is not me. Mr. Lost right here. So this is Mr. Lost. This is Mr. Lost Dirtbag Society. That's like our apparel line. So before the bike shop was ever a thing, we actually started as a clothing company, which was called Mr. Lost Dirtbag Society. And me and Callie, who started the bike shop with me, we took a 6,000-mile road trip through British Columbia, Alberta, down the Rockies, and then up the California and Oregon coast, and basically just like got our t-shirt company going. So that's how we started in business. So I didn't just go and open a bike shop. We got our foot in the door in business, just doing basic t-shirts, and that was really fun. So yeah, we like sold a bunch of t-shirts on the road. We basically like went to ski resorts and we would go to like bars after the day. So like a prey or whatever Canadians call it. And basically we would like sell people shirts at the bars and everyone was super stoked. People would like tip us and stuff to keep us going on the road. So that was really cool. So that's what Mr. Lost is. Mr. Lost is basically like a character who's that guy that you always see on the side of the road that's like hitchhiking. Can't do that. Yeah. Guy on the side of the road that's always hitchhiking, climbs, ride bikes, skis, just total dirtbag. Lives in odd spaces. So Mr. Lost is basically like the spirit of me and Callie, because that's kind of just like how we do everything. We're kind of naturally dirty and we're kind of bummy. So that's like that's how we do it. So Mr. Lost is basically like our soul. Have I ever built mountain bike trails before? I want to build some here on my property, but it's pretty flat and boring. Any ideas? If it's pretty flat, you can build like dirt jumps. You can build a pump track. I built a lot of mountain bike trails, but it's always on like, downhill style stuff. So it's easy to keep flow going and stuff. So what van do you suggest for just starting out in the van life? I had an Econoline E150 that I bought for $1,200 from a Mexican restaurant in town. That was my first van. And that was great. So probably a Ford, like an Econoline E150. That's a good van to start with. They're cheap. They're really reliable. Mine had about 180,000 miles on it. Never missed a beat. I got over the Teton Pass in a whiteout snowstorm with no chains and an open rear differential, so one-wheel drive. And I made it over the Teton Pass in a whiteout blizzard, which was pretty sweet. So that van was cool. But I have a Sprinter van now. I have a van tour that I've been working on for months to edit it super well. This is going to be like my highlight video, and all the accumulative of all of the things that I have learned about video editing and recording over the past couple years has been put into this van video. I will release that video probably within the next month after the website's done. I get all the last couple shots to make that video super good. So yeah, that video's taken a long time, but it's going to be, that's the video I think is going to bring a lot of traffic to the website because it's a little bit more universal than just bikes. It's vans and bikes, so that'll be cool. Is all the wood in your shop? Oh yeah, you like all the wood? Yeah, sweet. So all the wood in the shop, this is all burnt and then shellacked. In our mobile bike shop, which is outside, it matches. So it's like if you go in the mobile bike shop and in here, it's the same theme throughout. So it's pretty cool. So it's like they don't have their own personalities. It's like matchy from in here, the mobile shop. We still have the mobile shop, just haven't used it in like a year and a half. We've been trying to sell it. It's just kind of like a weird thing to sell. So who knows? Maybe the mobile shop will live on one day. No, nobody knows. How long did it take that bike trip? That bike trip was actually a half ski trip, half bike trip. That trip took us, I think, 2.5 months or so. It was a good time. I saw a lot of stuff that I've never seen. Alberta is really cool. That's like the main thing that I learned is that Alberta is sweet. So, sweet, Jason. Come say hi when you're in Bellingham. I'll be here. Or I might not. I might be out like doing something, but just let me know when you're coming to make sure that I'm here so I can meet you. Yeah, keep making Mechanic Mondays. I will do. I'm on a little bit of a video hiatus while I'm finishing the website, but back at it again with the Mechanic Mondays as soon as I get that website done. So Subaru is coming. I don't know. I just basically got it running really good. I replaced a bunch of fuel lines and all the filters and fluids and yada yada. It had like some weird like Amazon quality like aftermarket parts on it that made it run like weird. So I got it running perfectly and it runs great. I took it out today, did a little rally in today, and it runs great. So no front sway bar and snow tires and mud flaps are the best things so far that I've done. And putting a stock intake on it made it run really good. So you need to do like a cartoon with him on a bike selling shirts and riding different trails. That's pretty funny. If I was a cartoonist, I would do that in a heartbeat. Maybe I'll hire someone to like make cartoons, Mr. Lost doing stuff. That'd be pretty cool. That's a really good idea. I like that. Thanks for that. Planning on a Chevy Suburban, but leaning it to a van also. If you're gonna live out of something, I would not do a Suburban or an SUV. I would definitely do a van. Vans are life changing. But either way, like if you're literally in between a Suburban and a van, 9 times out of 10, just get a van. Like unless you have like a family and unless you have like kids that need like a back seat and like a flip down DVD player, like just get a van. You can do everything. You can do so much with a van. We've like everyone's always like, oh, but you need 4-wheel drive and those are too expensive. It's like I've gone some crazy places with 2-wheel drive vans, and as long as you're a good driver and you know how to pick lines and use throttle and brake, like you'll make it everywhere. So I would not be shy. What kind of vehicle is the blah 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 mobile shop in? 1988 Ford Econoline E350 U-Haul. So it's a 1988 U-Haul truck, which we converted into a mobile bike shop. So have you ever been to White Pass? Nope, never even heard of it. Where is that? How accurate do you think sizing is online for bikes based on height? For instance, direct against you. It's pretty accurate. To be honest, it's pretty accurate. You'll sometimes be in between sizes, or you might be that person that's like, so I'm 5'7". I'm generally always a medium. I fit right in the medium. But I've got a couple friends that are 5'7", and then they like riding bigger bikes, and they always buy a large. So, yeah, I think they're pretty close. You'll know if you want a bigger bike before even buying a bike. So I would just go look in your heart, look in your brain, look in your soul, and think about what size bike you like to ride. And from past experiences, compare geometry with your old bike or your current bike to the new bike that you're buying, and really just think about it. Spend a little bit of time thinking about it. So, ski resort next to Mount Rainier. No, I thought that was like Crystal Mountain. No, never mind. That's different. I'm not sure. No, I've never been there. I did a lot in my Jeep, but that died. Now I have a car. Boo-hoo. Yeah, that sucks. I've had a couple Cherokees. They were sweet. I've had like 28 vehicles, I believe, right now. I've had one vehicle for every year that I've been alive. Too many cars. If I was in the market for a new bike today and the NS Snap was not an option, what would you be on? Probably a Transition Patrol, most likely. That's probably what I'd be on. If I needed a new bike today, I don't know, man. That's crazy. Yeah. 5'9", evil bike. I'm 5 foot. I ride medium. Oh, 5'9", yeah. Yeah, some people like bigger bikes, some people like smaller bikes, so it's really different. What do I think about a Vanagon Synchros? I think a Vanagon is a cool van that everyone thinks is really cool because it's a cool van, but they also break down a lot. So the only Vanagons that I know that are reliable are ones that have Subaru engines in them. So that's the only thing that I know about those. So any experience using Shockwiz? My experience is no, I don't, and I don't have any experience using a Shockwiz because I don't think a computer should tell you how to run your suspension. I think that you should tell yourself, or I think that you should learn how to set up suspension so that you can tell yourself how your suspension should be set up. The Shock Whiz is, I don't know, it's kind of like one of those things. They're just like, it's like a sell kind of thing. I don't know. I'm sure it wouldn't hurt, but at the same time, like, it might tell me to run my suspension slower than I would like it. I don't know. I'm not into it. To be honest. I'm not sold. My friend bought a U-Haul truck, converted it. Pretty nice how he did it, but he's not into bikes. Well, you know what they say about someone that's not into bikes? You can easily get them into bikes if you just let them borrow your bike. So, or find a bike for your friend. If he's got a sweet converted U-Haul truck, it should be pretty easy. If he likes doing dirty things and living out of weird spaces, then I'm sure he will like riding bikes. So just get a bike for him to borrow and go and ride it. So that's my opinion there. How many bikes do I own? Planning on any new ones? I own 2 bikes. I only have 2. I have my 20-inch BMX bike, which will just like live with me forever because there's no point in selling it and like ever buying a new one because not really anything ever changes on those, which is kind of cool about BMX bikes. And then I have my NS Snap, and like I said, I'll be doing a bike check hopefully next week, dropping that on YouTube. You have like 20 bikes. That's sweet. Well, he definitely has a bike to borrow. That's pretty cool. I've known some people that have had a lot of bikes, and I've never known anyone to have 20. I've known someone to have like maybe 12 or something like that. So, yeah, sweet. Well, oh, I'm on the microphone. All right, cool. It's been about an hour and a half. You guys got any questions that you haven't answered? There's 64 people watching, but only a couple people commenting. So you should probably comment. Type things on the keyboard, form them into words. I will read them, and then I'll like use my tongue and my mouth, and I'll make some words come out, and hopefully it makes sense. Can you have 2 powerful brakes? I'm moving to 203s this winter. Yeah, you can have 2 powerful brakes. I have a lot of people that are like general trail riders, and they want SRAM Code RSCs or Shimano Saints. And yeah, you want to have some modulation. It really comes down to like being able to control your stopping, not just. That's not good. That's why I don't like Shimano brakes, because it's like I can't really feather my brakes. I can't really modulate them going down stuff. It's just like it's basically like I just feel less controlled. So like I said, braking is it's more important to have a regulated and controlled brake on your bike that is adequate for your riding style, but not overkill, because there's really no point in doing that. You don't. It's just the same for having brakes that are underkill or not enough. There's a sweet spot. So like XTs going to be great for people riding trail, but they're not going to be good for people riding downhill. But then the downhill brakes, the Code RSCs, are not going to be good for that guy riding trail. So I'd rather have too much brake than not enough. But at the same time, if I had like a regular single track type bike, trail bike, I would rather have guides rather over codes, honestly. So do you need to go to law school to own a bike shop? Absolutely. I am a graduate. I went to I have a master's degree in law, and I'm a doctor as well. So you can judge by the way that I talk that I am a very well-educated young man. I've been going to school. I've been going to college ever since I was 10. I have many degrees. I went to college for a little bit. Let's see. I went to college for a little bit, and then I dropped out and then moved out here. So, thanks, NorCal Greg. I'm happy that this stream is going good because this is the first time I've ever done it. So in general, what do you think, or what are your thoughts on the electric mountain bikes? I love electric mountain bikes for people that have physical handicaps. They're older folks that have been riding and they can't ride as long as they wish that they could, and they just need to get on the trails. I would go crazy if I was let's say I'm 60 and I have like a issue with my knees or something. I'll probably be on an e-bike, but at the same time, younger people that don't have any physical limitations, I think it's a little bit unnecessary. I think it's stupid. I'm not going to be shy about it because there's like a lot of bike places that are like they're like upselling it, and I've had companies approach me and ask me if I wanted to sell e-bikes. I said no. I said no. I don't really like them. So yeah. Let's see. What do I think on Hope brakes? Hope brakes are sweet. Hope brakes are sweet. Absolutely. Yeah. If you are thinking about doing it and you want to shell out the cash for them, then I would highly recommend it. What does dub mean? Dub is basically the interface of the spindle on SRAM cranks. So dub is 28.99 millimeters. Yeah, I know it's silly, but that's just how they designed it. It's cool though, because in the past you would buy different cranks for different bikes. So then SRAM would have to make all these different cranks with different spindles, and then bike shops and distributors would have to keep all these different cranks and different spindles in stock. And a crank takes up way more space and investment than a small bottom bracket. So it's actually pretty sweet. Like, people were hating on it for a while, but it's like, it works great. It's sealed better. It's sealed better. It works great. I haven't seen an issue yet. They're really nice quality, and it makes my life a lot easier. So I don't have to stock as many cranks. So that's pretty cool. Jacob Sanders, Happy New Year. Thanks, man. JM Outdoors. Thanks, dude. Have a good one. Later. Do you think going from 3x9 to 1x10 is worth the upgrade? Yes. Simple. Yes, 100%. I mean, it's really your call. If it's working fine, I don't know. It really depends. If you want to have an upgrade and less fuss and just like less weight, less stuff on your bike, clean up your cockpit, clean up your componentry, then yes, 100% I would go 1x11 or 1x10. Can't build any big jumps in the property. Pump track. My parents wouldn't be too happy. We have 9 acres with some woods. Trail idea? If it's flat, yeah, build a cross-country trail. Man, if you got flat woods, I'd get like a little pit bike or a dirt bike or something. Go rip it up in there. Then it's more fun. Because like cross-country, you're not going to have fun just like riding around the same trails all the time. But I'm sure you can find you could probably find some logs or something to build some little drops. You could like cut them flat with a chainsaw, have some like little like skills things where you can balance on. You could balance on the logs. Let's see. 2018 Fox 36 factory fit 4 came with 150 millimeters of travel. Can I lower to 140 for a different bike by just changing the air spring? Do I need to change anything else? No. Yeah, no. You can go on my website, the new website. I could send you a link, Jason. Jason, if you send me an email, info@mrloss.com. Here, I guess I could just pull it up right now. Mr. Loss, I'm gonna send you guys a new website. Get this dude an air shaft. But yeah, that's all you need to do. Like, just go on here, go to components, fork parts. Let's see. 2018, 2019 Fox Float 36 NA2 air shaft assembly, $42.50. It's super cheap. Here, I'm gonna send that link over. This is not the correct domain yet. It's still like the trial Shopify domain. But there is the link to Jason Bowman. You can go on and you can get that air shaft. Yeah, crack it open, swap out the air shaft exactly the way that I did in my last video. It's pretty darn easy. And there you go. You are lowered down to 140. So, strongest, lightest wheel. Alex LP, strongest, lightest wheel. Oh, man. We are one. We are one agents. I've got on my bike. I've beat the total hell out of those things. I've literally smacked rim like probably 100. I'm not kidding, 150 times in Whistler Bike Park on rocks and stuff, going through like fast sections and landing on rocks on jumps and stuff. And WTB tires with WR1 wheels, they're super stiff. They're super snappy. They feel really good. They're really responsive. And I haven't got a flat tire in 2 years running WTB tires. Yeah, and I used to dent the crap out of rims. I used to have Stanflow rims on my previous bike, and I had like 8 dents in like 2 months on that thing, and like it wouldn't hold air anymore. It's like, it's a bummer. So carbon wheels are sweet. I would really recommend them. You know, they are a game changer for sure. For me at least. I would go to one by, yeah, okay, cool. Just want to say, well done on the first live stream. You're very natural at keeping your thoughts and words together. Hope to see more. Thanks, Chum Mountain Bike. That means a lot. I feel good. Because before this, I was like, this is the first time I do it. Maybe there will only be like one person. And then that one person will be like, I I'm the only person. This isn't any fun. And then they would leave. So that's kind of cool that this is going pretty good. So yeah, let's do this again. Let's do this again. I think it would be sweet to do once a week where you guys can just like ask me any questions or whatever, and it'll keep catching on more and more. Yeah, it'd be sweet. It's kind of nice just like answering whatever. Because this is what I do all day. Because let's just say the bike shop was open, I would be on this phone over here, and I would just be talking about bikes all day. So it's cool. I just turn the camera on basically, and I can just live stream my life. I'll like put my laptop mounted in front of me, and I'll just walk around like this all the time, and then you can just be with me all day and see how frantic I get. So it would be something funny to laugh at. Let's see. You think using race face, narrow wide race face up front? Yep, narrow wide race face or wolf tooth. I found it to be a more reliable, longer lasting chainring, and it's also made in the USA. Threaded bottom brakes versus bottom bracket versus press in. What do some frames have press in? Threaded 100%. I mean, it's way more reliable. It's less creaky or less risk of creaking. It's just easier to put in because you just need one tool rather than like a press. You could also use like a 2x4 chunk and just like hammer it in or something like that. I've done that back in the day before when I was a kid or whatever. Yeah, I think threaded is definitely way better. So I honestly think it probably I think it saves a couple bucks. Because then when they manufacture a frame, they don't have to have it like threaded by a machine. So they just like make it hollow and then you just press the bottom bracket in. That's what I think. I don't know 100%, but that's what I would think. It's just like one less step of manufacturing, and it brings the price down for the manufacturer a little bit. So who knows? I don't know. I'm not the manufacturer. What do you think on carbon rims to aluminum rims? Yeah, I kind of just said it before. Aluminum rims I would dent to heck all the time. Carbon rims have been super reliable for me. I'm a pretty smooth rider, or not like tooting my own horn. I just like don't really break bikes too much because I'm just used to riding BMX bikes. So my knees are very good suspension. I don't really break anything too much. So I'm surprised that I'm just surprised at how awesome the carbon wheels are. This has been my first set, the We Are One Agents, North American source carbon. Hand laid, like it's manufactured in Kamloops, which is sweet because Kamloops is an awesome bike town. So support bike towns is sweet. And it's a small like privately owned company with like a core group of like 5 to 10 dudes. Super high quality control. Yeah, company's cool. Lifetime warranty. That's sweet too. Upgraded my Riftstone with the NX Eagle for Christmas. I'm loving the bike. Oh yeah, Jacob, I remember that. Yeah, totally. That's sweet. I'm happy that that your bike is now up to NX. That's sweet. Overhaul my whole bike. I wish I could do it over the computer. That'd be cool. Let's see. TRP G Slate or XT 8020s. I would go TRP. I don't want to keep saying it. Like I just don't mesh well with XTs because they don't have much modulation. The TRPs definitely have modulation. It's going to be more similar to the modulation of the SRAM brake, just so you can control yourself when you're going down wet, sketchy stuff or anything that's steep or generally rocky, because rocky stuff is the hardest to modulate your speed. So I would go the TRP G-Spec slates for sure. How many bikes do you sell or keep in inventory? If someone wanted to walk in to the shop and buy a bike, I don't have many. Let's see, bikes right now. I don't really focus on selling bikes a ton. They take up more space. When you sell a bike, you then do a free tune-up. And then a lot of times when you sell a bike, a lot of customers will expect that since you sold them the bike, if anything is ever wrong with it, then you have to do everything for free. And then a lot of people do kind of just like expect a ton from you when you sell a bike. So it's a decently inefficient process. I love selling bikes. It's just with how easy it's become to buy a bike online, and also the fact that I really like focusing on components more, because that's, I don't know. I'd rather have a so-so bike with decent components than like a a decent bike with so-so components. So that's what I have the most fun with. So I kind of focus on that. Thanks for the swag you sent on my wife's order when you sent her Fox Series 6. Sweet. Oh, Dale Diffenbaugh. I sent some socks, right? I was talking about that earlier in the episode. That's sweet that you chimed in. I'm super happy right now because a lot of people that are on this live chat right now have purchased things from me in the past, which is sweet. So Halo wheel set, worth buying. Halos are sweet. I had a Halo wheel set on a dirt jumper, I think, and I really liked them. Yeah. I agree. This is great. I'm on the East Coast and was told about it from a buddy in Tacoma who swears by your shop and customer service. Sweet, Ron. That's good to hear. 2 thumbs up. Once a week would be dope. That would be sweet. What's like a good night? Should I do it on like every Sunday night to get everybody so we can like talk about what we did? Because most people ride bikes on the weekend. Maybe if I did it every Sunday night, then people can tell me about like the rides that they did, and I can tell you about whatever I did over the weekend. So that might be cool. Or I can do it on like a Wednesday night. If it's like a Wednesday night, maybe it's like hump day and I don't know, people are getting bored, getting stir crazy at home while they're waiting for the weekend. Then we can just like chat bikes and keep up the stoke until the weekend comes. Let's see. What else is over here? I bought my bike brand new. It's got a Reba RL fork and it's backwards progressive. So it's got no small bumps. It's getting really stiff at the start of the travel. And really easy to blow at the end. Yeah, if it's got a Reba RL, I would put some tokens in it. If you put some tokens in it, you have less overall pressure and it's easier to compress. But overall, the Reba RL, I mean, it's a pretty basic fork. Honestly, I wouldn't expect a ton out of it. That fork is going to be able to keep the bike's price down. If you do want to upgrade, if you did want to upgrade, then I would basically I would get a Pike, RockShox Pike, or a Fox 34, or like a DVO barrel. That would be a sweet upgrade for that bike. So great channel. Have a great new year, and I'll talk to you some other time. Thank you very much, Oli. Straight back at you. Have a great new year. We got a whole year for this new year. 1 whole year. 365 days or something like that. I'll have to research how many days are in a year so I get that right. What flat pedals are the best? The one up. From Soap. That guy's name is Soap, and his icon is a bar of soap. Okay, cool. I like that. I like weird YouTube names. They're pretty funny. So best pedals, I think, are the One Up composite, or One Up Components composite pedals. These things are going to be the best bang for your buck, I think. So here's a link. If you need some new pedals that are affordable, head over there and grab some new pedals that are affordable. Let's see. Chad's here. He said the fork syrup is the best. I wish I invented that stuff because that stuff works really good. And it's funny because there's like a couple people on the videos that there's always a couple people. You know, that's life. Like there's always got to be someone that disagrees with you, of course, which is cool. But they're like basically saying like, you don't need that stuff. Don't use that stuff. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, I use this on everybody's bike. It literally pulls dirt out of it, conditions the seals. It's non-toxic. It's biodegradable. That's good. It's like it's not doing any harm as long as you clean it up. It's great. Like that stuff works really good. I don't get the whole thing. So let's see. Pedals, I have race face too. Some Kona ones from new to old. The Kona Wawas are cool. It's just that they're huge. Like my feet are too small. Basically, I heard your bike shop on a channel. That's why I looked at it. What channel did you hear about my bike shop on? Was it on like maybe Daily Mountain Bike Rider? Speaking of, I have Daily Mountain Bike Rider shirt on right here. You can go to his store. I don't have the link for it, but if you just Google like Daily Mountain Bike Rider, basically Daily MTB Rider is a local rider here in town, and he rides his bike a lot. And he's only been riding for a couple years now, but he's a good rider. Like before I met him, I'll be honest, like I was like I didn't know what to expect out of like his like how progressive he was as a rider, but he's like a really good rider. So yeah, he's super nice too. Josh is just awesome all around. So Get Around MTB said that I'm a cool dude and they like my vibe. Thanks, man. Thanks, dude. I try to have a good vibe. It's kind of what it's all about. That's good vibes, man. NS bikes seem to be tough to come by. Are you a dealer or do you have the ability to sell them? Yes, I do have the ability to sell them. I am technically a dealer. I don't really have a ton of them in stock. But if you do need like a frame, you can definitely order one for me. So yeah, you just shoot me an email, info@mrloss.com. The frame should be on the new website. We'll see. It's kind of tough. Distribution of NS bikes is kind of tough because they come from Poland. They're a Polish brand. So basically, it's hard to get them. You got to plan accordingly. You got to plan ahead of time and basically order a whole bunch of them before the season comes. And if you don't do that, then it's kind of hard to come by. So, but I can get them. I can get them pretty much anytime if I need to. Don't spend the extra money for Crank Brothers stamps because they just look cool. I don't feel like they're any better for Chester. Yeah. Honestly, I'm not super stoked on anything from Crank Brothers. I don't know. Kind of lackluster stuff, in my opinion. I've just seen a lot of it break. It just like breaks a lot. It doesn't feel like it looks kind of cool. It's kind of like it's like a niche kind of like cool looking product or whatever, but I've seen a lot of it break. So, Chad, I just got my Whistler Goop this week also. Sweet. Dale Lacusta or Lacusta? Fork boost. Here, I'm gonna also link this. If any of you guys need what basically everyone is talking about, which is called it's called Fork Boost. It's basically a suspension lube. I have a video about it. So if you haven't seen it, basically I'm gonna drop the link right here. Drop the link right there, and that is to Fork Boost. Cleans out your seals on your fork. It doesn't replace servicing your suspension. It's just for in between. You do it a couple times or once every couple weeks or whatever. Yeah. So, my hardtail came with an SR Sun Tour XCM, and I want to upgrade. What should I get? Quint, what is your budget? How much money do you want to spend? And be honest. Tell me a price range. If you can actually spend $500, let's say you can actually spend $600. Don't say $300 because a lot of people will do that, and it's really hard to pick out the right product for you because I need to know kind of how much you have like mentally invested in the upgrade, because if you're thinking that you're only going to spend $200 on a fork, you can upgrade, but it's not really going to make a difference. So really, when you're buying suspension, you want to have at least around $500. You can also buy a used fork. You can buy like a used pike for like $200, $300 maybe. That's the best bang for your buck right there. So. Yeah, cool. I support my local bike shop, but order a lot from others. Yeah, totally. Like, I want everybody to support local bike shops. I don't want people to not support a good local bike shop. Basically, what I like doing online is because I get to help people like around the world, and also because there's a lot of bike shops that aren't very good bike shops. I've been to many bike shops that are not good businesses. They wouldn't do good in any industry. So there's a lot of towns that probably have like 2 bike shops, and maybe both of them are not good bike shops. So I'm here to help everybody. If either you've got a bunch of if you've got a bunch of great shops you have a great relationship with and your friends, you want to see your friends do well. You want to see your friends do good in life. You want to see them like be able to make a living, you know? And so if you're friends with your homies at the local bike shop, support them for sure. I definitely don't want to take money out of anybody's pockets that does a really awesome job at whatever they do. So let's see. Would you ever want to do a fan meetup and ride type event? That would be super cool. Yeah, I would do that. If you want to do a meet and greet or like a group ride, just send me a message on Instagram so that I can remember to set one up. Because it's really busy right now, but it would be totally sweet, especially in like spring. I could definitely get that together. That would be awesome. But we need to get like at least 200 people out. Like I'm talking, I always thought it would be fun to do the longest train. Maybe we can break a Guinness World Record, like the longest mountain bike train ever. That would be sweet. Let's break a record. All right. Anyway, daily MTB rider. MTB? What is MTB? Okay, anyway. Question, how does one Shred? My friends tell me they shred all the time. Act like, oh, do your friends work like a desk job? Because I've known a lot of people that work like insurance and things like that. There's so many papers that are confidential. You can't just throw them out because people steal your identity and stuff. So you got to shred them, man. That's what they mean. So, 100%. So the one I always went to, I asked to do a video, and they looked at me like I said, give me all your money. Huh. I could see that happening. Maybe they were busy. Let's see. Josh is in the house. Yes, he is. Shredding the gnar. Yeah, maybe that pertains to bikes. I don't know. This is fun. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, dude. I went to Office Max the other day. Where are they? Did I buy some pens? Office Max is like, that place is like the new Kmart, man. Like, I don't think, man, my notes is I don't think like anybody goes to that place anymore. I bought some pens. They had a lot of pens, but like nothing else, man. There were like bare shells in there. So, hey, at least they had pens that I wanted. So that's funny. All right, sweet. We probably just lost like 5 people because I started talking about Office Max. My bad. Let's see. They got snobby because they moved the shop. Yeah, that might happen. I don't know what happens. I don't know. Bike shops too. Like, you gotta understand. Like, basically, when you do bike, when you're like in the bike shop industry, you basically like if you ever notice people are in the bike shop industry, they do it for a long time, and a lot of times people get burnt out because it's like like me, I didn't go to college, or I have a associate's degree. It's not really gonna get me anything. If I decided to go do something else, I'd basically have to create my own business again. And that scares people. And this is just being on like a completely honest note. People are scared of change. So what happens is like a bike shop, someone owns a bike shop for years and years and years, 15 years, you know, and they don't do anything else. It's like, I think they just get burnt out. A lot of bike shops, there's a quote that says, once you own a bike shop, you don't ride a bike. And so I try my best to break that, and I try my best to honor that I will never break that. So I hate that saying because that sucks. I do this so I can enjoy my hobby, not so I can make $1 million. Cool. Daily MTB. Josh, were you here a second ago when I mentioned that I have a daily MTB rider shirt on? Check this out. This is made from high quality organic Egyptian cotton, probably. And yeah, I know the blue ink is natural. It's just blueberry spread from the forests of I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking. Oh, also Josh said that he'd send them to you for free if you ask. So no, I'm just kidding. The new Kmart, dude. Yeah, it's like if your channel goes under, man, what the heck are you gonna? What are you gonna do? Like, can't work at Kmart. Walmart's always gonna be around. Real question. How's the X2? Wait, visuals. Daily MTB Rider says, so real question, Mike. How has the X2 been compared to the DHX2? Well, I'll tell you. Anyway, here, we'll start. So I had the DHX2 on my bike for a long time. Sweet shock. And then I put this on. Because basically, I wanted to make a video, which has not come out yet. Still in the editing process. Float X2 versus DHX2. And you'll notice that most of my videos, if you ever wonder why, like, Mike, why does that guy make so many videos about like the same brand or the same style of product? My videos are basically made as a video FAQ because I've got a ton of stuff going on, and to be able to expand my business, it definitely is more time efficient to make videos that answer everybody's questions as a group so that I'm not bombarded with emails and phone calls answering questions. So that's why I'm so like precise with answering every little question and saying every little detail in my videos, because I want to make sure that everyone is well informed and doesn't have a ton of questions. Because how many times do you watch a video about something on YouTube and then you leave the video and you're like, why did they even make that? Like, what was even the point of making the video? I didn't learn literally anything from that. So I never want to make that video ever. I never want to make a video that's like that you don't learn anything from. So, and they keep getting better and better too. So I just gotta compress them so that they're only about 10 minutes long. So that's always the goal, about an 8 to 12 minute video, get my point across. But I get carried away. It's fun making videos. I put a lot of like riding clips in it and stuff, and they end up being kind of long. So did you ever see the video on thick bikes? The dude owns it. Builds and used to make frames and bars and stem. His shop is, oh, no, I've never heard of that before, but that sounds cool. Oh yeah, so basically I didn't say anything about those shocks. So the X2 basically is a more fun shock all around. DHX2 is sweet. I use the DHX2. So basically in summer when Canada is open, when all the Canadian trails are thawed out from snow, I will put my fork at 180 millimeters and put the DHX2 on. So coil shock, 180 millimeters up front, monster truck of a bike, plows through everything. But in the winter, when I'm riding things locally, like Galbraith and Chuckanut, a lot more pedaling rather than shuttling and lift access trails. So then I will put the I have my fork down at 160 millimeter, and I have the Float X2 on my bike right now. It makes it feel way more active, makes it feel way more fun. I think it pedals a little bit better because my head tube is a little bit more steep than when it's slacked out at 180 millimeters. Also, the X2 is going to be a little bit lighter. It's about a half a pound lighter, I believe. Don't remember exactly, but it's at least a half a pound lighter than the coil shock, which is sweet. So it'll shed some weight. And since it's air, you can tune how like progressive it is. And this is just naturally going to be linear. So it also depends on what bike you have. A lot of bikes lately are going to be, or in the past couple of years, bikes have becoming, or linear suspension curves have become increasingly popular. So when you have a linear suspension curve, then putting a coil shock on your bike, it's going to make it feel really bad. It'll feel really good off the top of the stroke, but then you're just going to blow through your travel. So my bike is sort of progressive, so I will bottom it out. I'll feel the bottom out more often, or I'll actually be able to feel the bottom out with a DHX2 on my snap, whereas when I have the Float X2 on there, it's a more progressive shock. And I've got the stock like 2 tokens that come in it, or air volume reducers, and I literally cannot feel my shock bottom out whatsoever. And I really like that. I really, really like that. So it's more progressive, more poppy, more snappy, but it's still super, super plush. It feels like a coil shock off the top of the stroke. It's sweet. So rant over. Your video sold me on your videos sold me on your website. Loved your explanation of Grip 2 versus Fit 4. Found you on YouTube. I have worked in the bike biz since '95 and have only seen such energy and enthusiasm. Sweet. That is awesome to hear. That is what Dale Diffenbaugh said. I think I pronounced your name right. That is exactly what I'm aiming for. So I am super stoked on that comment. Thank you, Dale. And thank you for buying some stuff for me, because that's important. And I'm really hoping that my charisma and my personality pays off, because I'm not a book nerd. I can't do math very well. Very bad at chemistry. So I'm definitely not going to get a job in the science field. So bikes is what I do. Bikes is what I love. And that's why I do it. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Dale. That was really cool. Thanks for writing that out. What the coil one go for? The DHX2 is $638 without a coil spring. So then you can either add a steel spring for $30, or you can add the orange SLS steel spring for $130. So it ends up being about $750 or so. So the DHX2 is a little bit more expensive since you have to buy a coil. Nice, Dale. So I see that you have an X2 and you would like to see the info. What info would you like to see about the X2? Oh, just the DHX2 versus X2 maybe? Let me know. Searching for a new coil number. Yeah, I mean, if I was going to put a coil on any bike, it would be a DHX2. I had a DVO Jade on my previous, or on my current bike. I used to have a full DVO setup. I had a DVO Jade in the rear and a DVO Diamond fork. And since then, I have switched to the Fox 36 with the Grip 2 in the front and the Float X2 in the rear, and the DHX2 coil in the rear. I've been much happier with it. It's got a climb switch. It's way more adjustable. The Jade felt pretty good. I didn't feel like I could get it dialed. I was always playing with knobs, and it was really annoying. It was just, it didn't feel as consistent as Fox did. And as much as I really do like Devio as a company, I've just been overly happy with my Fox setup and working with Fox. It's been really good. So I do really like my bike setup with Fox. It's great. So it's great to hear you have fun making videos. Some people I feel take it too seriously. I can tell you personally like watching them. Great content. That is really funny. So yeah, and Josh is definitely the same. So basically, it's really cool because I do rewatch my videos a lot. Like, it's fun. I don't know. So one of my New Year's resolutions was I did not say this New Year's resolution yet. But basically, I think that it's like, see you on Ride Bikes later, dude. Have a great year, and I will do another live chat, and I'm sure I will see you then. So basically, it's definitely sort of frustrating making videos because I'm carrying like a tripod on my backpack, like a pretty big tripod, and I got like all my little batteries with me, and I bring a GoPro with, and then I have I use a Panasonic Lumix GH5 for all of my content creation needs and all my video and photo and stuff. So basically, you're riding, and then you stop, and you're like, okay, this looks like a cool shot, and then you take your camera out, and you like set it on the tripod, screw all the little things in, get the microphone up here, and plug the microphone in as you unpack it, and then you like, if you're filming by yourself riding, it definitely kind of sucks. Like, to be honest, like you get on, you basically film yourself riding past the camera, and then you have to hike back up the trail, get the tripod, and then run back down and set it up again. And it's like, it's definitely like, it's kind of weird when you only ride mountain bikes for fun, and then when it becomes kind of like your job, it definitely adds like a different interesting element to the whole thing, since you have to basically put in some work every time you go out in the woods. So that's why today I didn't even ride a bike. I didn't even get on a bike. I took a day off of it because I do that all the time. So yeah, let's see. What do you think of those new fancy 2.6 tires? Are they too wide for riding with moderate speed? If you want to have a little bit more plush of a ride, 2.6 is sweet. 2.8 is too much, I think. 2.8 is okay, maybe. 1 second. My phone just died. I got to plug it in. 1 second, guys. Okay, I'm back. Anyway, 2.6 is good if you want a little bit more cushion for your trail pushing. And basically like, I think, so a lot of people think, okay, so you think right off the bat, what, bigger tire, more grip. I don't think so necessarily. So basically, if you ride in a really muddy place, I think a 2.6 is okay in the front. Like in Bellingham, when it's super sloppy and you're doing shuttle laps and you're riding in literally nothing but mud, like that's all your tires are touching, then a 2.6 probably wouldn't hurt. Like the Vigilante, I run WTB tires. I got the Vigilante 2.5 in the front, but I would see no downside to putting a Vigilante 2.6 in the front. But if you're sacrificing like the knobbiness of the tire just to go bigger, let's say you have like a Vigilante, a 2.5, but you just want to have a 2.6 just to have it, and then you go to like a DHF, which is technically like a less grippy tire, Minion DHF, in a 2.6 just to have a 2.6. I don't think that's worth it. Basically, when you have a smaller tire, you have a smaller contact, but you also really you slash into the trail. You can really bite into the trail with the smaller tire. It's more like knifey. Is that a word? Knifey. So a smaller tire is a little bit more knifey, slices through the dirt. But then when you get on a 2.6, I don't think a 2.6. When you get on a 2.8, you're gonna kind of like float on top of the dirt, and you're gonna like skip across it, like slide, rather than like slicing into it. So that's my gist on that. But if you're not good at picking lines and you're like an entry level rider, I think like a 2.6 or a 2.8 is a good choice. It feels nice, feels really soft, and yeah, I don't think it hurts. So it's only when you're riding super aggressive. So let's see. Love the channel. Really like the tip for the fork loop. That was the first thing I've heard of it. Any advice on running a 1x10 with E13 42 cock? Having trouble getting shifting dialed in. Oh no, the E13 cassette. Man. E13 cassette. Those things, like, I haven't seen them work very well. Like, every bike that's come through into the shop with an E13 cassette just like doesn't shift that good. I hate to say it, but I would, and I don't have the bike in front of me, so I can't fix it. But I don't have a robot yet to fix things over the internet like the doctors do in this day and age. But if your derailleur is straight, never been smashed, and it's not bent, the parallelogram isn't bent on the derailleur, and your derailleur hanger is perfectly straight or brand new, and it still doesn't shift good, I would then recommend trying to find a good local mechanic to help you out. And if he can't get it, then I would get a different cassette. I don't know what's going on with those cassettes. I have no idea. But I have a note on my board right now that says to call Shimano because it shifts crappy when it's mated to an E13 cassette. All the YTs last year came with that setup, and I've had a bunch of them come in the shop, and they're like, the customer says they can't get their shifting dialed, and like it's never been right. And then we're like, oh, we'll get it. And then we call them back, and we're like, I don't know, man. Like, this doesn't shift very good, so I gotta figure that out. But it's just, a lot of stuff from E13 the past couple of years has not worked very well. Let's see. Yeah, cross country is definitely tiring. I am not a runner. If any of you guys run, much power to you, because it's something that I just like never ever really got into. Yep. Let's see. Next question. I'm a believer in wider rim widths to square up those sidewalls. I think grip is also affected by tire profile and pressure. Yeah, that's absolutely right. I mean, it really depends. If you're 150 pounds like I am, and you got a 2.5 in the front and a 2.4 in the rear like I do, and you go out there and you run like 40 PSI front and rear, then you're not going to get much grip. You're not going to hook up very well, and it's not going to be a very dialed setup. So it really does come down to like getting your tire pressure set up correctly, because I would rather have proper tire pressure and like a subpar tire than a really good tire with like way too much air in it. So that's my thought on that. You from Australia, Mark Turner, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Thanks for joining. Thank you very much for joining. We got 54 people watching right now. I've been going for 2 hours and 7 minutes. 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's pretty good. I was not 100% certain how this first live stream would go. So thank you guys very much. I wish I had like a cowbell or something. Here, let's see what I got here. Thank you guys very much for coming in. Courtesy of 15mm cone wrenches by Park Tool. All right, let's see. Spencer Arps. Spencer Arps. What's up, dude? I don't want to ride with a hack like you. You're just gonna like blow a rim up or something. I guess I'll ride with you if you got one of these cool Live Gnarly hoodies on. Which Spencer just got a Live Gnarly hoodie for Christmas. Everybody welcome Spencer. He's like, I always think that he's 14. I think he's like 18 now. But forever in my mind, Spencer Arps is 14 years old, even though he's like 6'4" now. But this kid, Spencer, started coming into the bike shop I used to work at before opening up Mr. Lost. And he's just always a super nice kid. He likes riding bikes a lot, and he was always very eager to ride bikes. So basically, Spencer will work here sometimes when I got like random little tasks to do and stuff. But he's working at Mountain Baker Ski Area right now. I don't know what he does. He probably just like walks around and collects a paycheck. I think that's really what he does. But he's a good kid. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. We got 51 people in here right now. Let's get some questions rolling in. I'm talking. Let's get some questions rolling in. Let's get them. Anything goes. You like, what kind of soup do I like? I don't really like soup. I like pho. It's about the only soup I like. Would you say, let's see. Would you say that the Grip 2 has more small bump sensitivity compared to the Fit 4? I have not ridden the 2019 Fit 4 fork back-to-back with this one, but a lot of people have, and they've all reported to me that it does have a lot better small bump sensitivity. Since this is, so the Grip 2 is a semi-sealed cartridge. so oil can freely move in and out if it needs to, depending on the compression and the situation. So it also uses a Teflon infused oil. So it's a more advanced damper for sure. Like it works really good. It actually has very similar properties to the basic grip damper, which is in the Marzocchi forks. I've got some of those in stock too. The Marzocchi forks are a lot cheaper. Let's say, so like the top of the line Marzocchi fork is $6.99. The top of the line Fox fork is $1,065. Very similar dampers. It's just less adjustability in the basic grip damper. But it's cool because if you do buy a Marzocchi fork, excuse me, if you do buy a Marzocchi fork, you can upgrade to a Grip 2 damper in that fork, and then your total will be cheaper than a Fox fork. So that's pretty cool. So it's a good foundation. So if you are on the verge of getting a new fork, but you don't have the dough to hand over for a super sweet Fox fork, get a Marzocchi Bomber, and then save up your pennies, break a couple piggy banks, and then you could put a Grip 2 damper in it, and you got a super badass fork for basically the same price as Fox when you can afford it. No, dude, straight cooking it up this year. Flipping burgers all day. Spencer, that kid's killing it. That kid's killing it. Flipping burgers, man. That kid's got to be sweaty at the end of the day. What do you dislike about DVO to make you switch to Fox? Basically, so like I had a DVO Diamond and it felt really good, and like people would always tell me like how good it felt. And I think I was more so stoked on how like how the DVO felt, because I was just excited to try a new fork and a new brand that was like a smaller niche brand. And they have great support from a lot of people. But one day I kind of like realized, like, I don't know if I really like this fork or the shock. So basically, my DVO Diamond had like some weird stiction. I would like I would put my weight fully on top of it, and it was like locked out. And then when I would like push down on it, it would like release. So it was just weird. And then I sent it in and they warrantied it, and they sent me a brand new fork, and I was like, oh, sick, that's awesome. Like, this company's rad. And that other brand new fork had the same thing. Like everything was set up super proper. I even like, I basically like gave them the benefit of the doubt and I like turned all my settings completely opposite to see if there's something somehow that I'm not understanding with their setup, because they have what's called off the top, which is a adjustable negative coil spring. And like, I don't know, I just couldn't get the thing dialed. And the Jade shock, same thing. Like I was always clicking knobs on the fork and the shock, and I don't know, I didn't mesh well with it. So basically I wanted to take a stab at the new Fox stuff because I heard it was really good, way better than basically anything from Fox in the past. And I've had some Fox stuff before, and I always really liked it, but not like their super high-end stuff. So, and you might notice I'm like looking off the screen. I'm looking at my bike and kind of sort of daydreaming, because I do a lot of Fox stuff because it feels really good. I'm not exaggerating. That's why I put a lot of effort into selling that stuff, because I like things that ride well and have good customer support, and Fox ticks both of those boxes. So I'd highly recommend it. But basically, yeah, so I don't know, the Fox, I took a couple weeks and set it up, and I haven't touched any knobs in 5 months. Like, I just got it dialed, set it and forget it. So, and those are actually more adjustable than the DVO, and I have it more dialed. So it's weird. It doesn't seem like it would make any sense, but it does. So let's see. I have a Fit 4. So Neil Lee says, I have a Fit 4 circa 2018 that I'm considering the Grip 2 damper up. So yeah, if you want to, I'll send you a link to the new website that I'm building, and you can check out the Grip 2 damper. And that's the Grip 2 damper upgrade kit. Those are $305. You do need Fox's PTFE infused oil. So if you do collect in the drop-down box, if you select yes, then that is, I think it's $18. So the total is $323 with oil, and you will be good to go. If you will also need gold oil to do the to fully put everything back together. So if you don't have any oil or any tools, that stuff is all in my last video, the Ultimate Fox Fork Service Guide, that has literally every single tool and every little seal kit linked in the description so that you can easily find all the tools on the website. Order that stuff up. And that's been sweet. Like actually, like a bunch of the orders that I have are for people buying seal kits and tools to get their Fox Fork suspension done. So it's like, 'tis the season when people are riding less and have more time to work on their bike. So now's the time to do it. Yep, pho is good. Girlfriend says pho is good. Yep, Alex, she's right. Pho is super good. What's the tool on the right of the chain whip? You mean this thing? Right here? So here's chain whip. Here's the, so this is a ruler. I don't know what side because it's opposite, but this is just a cassette tool. So it's got a pin on it. There's 12 millimeters. So you can just go, it goes right into the axle so it doesn't fall out. And it just makes sure that it goes perfectly straight in. And then the little teeth will grab the cassette. And then you break loose your cassette. Well, you got to use it in conjunction with the chain whip. So those two tools, you can take your cassette off, and they're just really nice, high quality, high quality. Saw that vid, that was extremely helpful. Oh, sweet. Glad that it helped you, Neil. So yeah, I mean, if you're going from Fit 4 to Grip 2, it's going to be more sensitive. It's going to be basically, technically it should need less service since it is semi-sealed and fluid can move freely from in and out of it. So it's not, there's not as much like built up pressure inside of it. So it's a self-bleeding damper, which is pretty cool. So it might feel better for longer, which is nice. Not saying that you'll never need to rebuild it, but basically it's just a more advanced damper. You use a more technologically advanced, like that PTFE fluid. So it's got a Teflon infused fluid, which is cool. And way more adjustments. So I really like mine. I couldn't recommend it more. So it's a pretty sweet upgrade, especially if you live somewhere rough. If you live somewhere rough, a lot of rock, or you just ride a lot of gnarly stuff, or technical stuff, or you just want to have a fork that's just like the best it could possibly feel, then Grip 2 damper for sure. Have the same fork, lower end fork, but functions okay. After a while, they do need to be cleaned. Yeah, yep. You got to clean any. Does SRAM 11-speed require an XT driver? Yes, SRAM 11-speed does require an XT driver if you get anything that isn't the NX group set. But yeah, but I don't really sell any 11-speed stuff anymore because the 12-speed is basically the same price. So it's like you might as well just spend maybe like $30 more and get the 12-speed stuff. Oh no. There's a dude in this chat room named Dominic. That guy, I grew up with that guy. He's one of my good friends, and it's pretty sweet because he grew up in Illinois with me, and then he moved to like Kansas City, which is not a riding destination, and basically started riding. He had like a dirt jumper and would cruise around town, and he started to like it. Now he lives in Laguna Beach, California, which has awesome trails. And so I just hooked him up. We're a Polygon dealer, so I got him a Polygon Siskiyou T8. Hard to say, but sweet bike, super affordable. There's $1,700 MSRP for a full suspension bike with his was, what is that? $2,400 full suspension bike with a dropper post and a RockShox Revelation, which is a sick bike for the money. Like that's definitely the best bang for your buck that I know of. Those things are sweet. Let's see. So Dominic said he rode his bike today. Congratulations, Dominic. Did you ever get your moped bike rack built for your mountain bike yet? I would like to know. Drop that in the comments, young man. NX does not, but GX, yeah, he is correct. I just had to buy my new bike after cracking my frame in half this summer in a crash. I'm kind of broke now, but we all like spoiling our bikes. Any easy upgrades that make the bike ride better? Tires, going tubeless. So yeah, tubeless tires and nice tires. Like I couldn't recommend WTB enough. If you want something lighter, single ply casing, Maxxis. That and yeah, that's like the cheapest thing that you could do to make things feel good. Nice grips and pedals. Basically, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of things. Grips and pedals, tires, And make sure you have like metallic brake pads in. A lot of bikes come stock with organic brake pads, so if you get some metallics, they'll stop a lot better, have more power. That's the cheapest things that I could think of. So I'm a fair weather biker, admittedly, Neil. Once temp falls below 45 degrees, snowboards come out. No, I totally understand that. I'm not sure where you live, but do you have trails that are not snowed in, Neil, throughout the winter? Let's see. New grips, pedal tires. Yeah, that's really funny that Kent Quint just said the exact same thing that I said, so that's totally right. I have a 2018 Transition Smuggler with a RockShox Revelation. Thinking of switching to a Fox 34 or 36. What do you recommend, and will the difference be noticeable? Yeah, I mean, Kurt Dizzle 323. Sick. That sounds like an AIM name. I like that. From back in the day. Kurt Dizzle 323 has entered the chat. I have 2018 Transition Smuggler. So yeah, basically, if you take from a RockShox Revelation and put, say, a Fox 34 or 36, it depends on the damper. The Revelation's actually a pretty nice fork. You can upgrade your Revelation. You can put a charter damper in it and even bump your travel up a little bit. That upgrade will be a lot cheaper than buying a Fox fork, to be honest. So let's say you have a Revelation from, oh yeah, you said 2018. Put a charger damper is about, I think they're about $300 or $250 or so. And then an air spring with the Devon air spring, which is an upgrade as well, which your bike probably didn't come with, is $44. You can do that whole upgrade for like $350. That will, I'm not kidding. That will be like a very, very noticeable difference. We had a customer come in and do the exact same thing on his Smuggler. I'm not kidding, like a month and a half ago. And he was when we handed the bike just in the shop, he's like, whoa, that's so much better. And I kind of had to like talk him into like being like, you are going to feel the difference here. And he immediately recognized the difference. And it was super sweet seeing the look on his face when he was very happy with that upgrade. So, but yeah, Kurt Dizzle 323, you will notice a difference, and it is worth the money, especially if you live somewhere with rougher terrain. Yeah, if you want to get that stuff, I could ship it to you, free shipping, over $100, which that will definitely fall under. And shoot me an email to info@mrlost.com, or give me a call at the bike shop. Just Google Mr. Lost Bike Shop. You'll get our number. Give me a call. I'll help you out. Ship you some stuff. And it's pretty easy to install too. I have a Shimano 3x9, and SRAM NX 12-speed would fit. Yeah, technically it would. It technically would. Yeah. Dominic said the bike rules. Come on down and ride. Yeah, dude, we gotta figure out that trip, because if I'm gonna come down there, I gotta come down there within like the next few weeks. And I think Dave just had surgery on a hernia, so we gotta maybe wait until he's better. So maybe I'll come down in like spring. That would be sweet. It'll be warmer, because I don't think my wetsuit is very warm, and then we can go surfing and you can see me get cooped around by some waves again. Dude, I went down there in California and surfed with Dominic for the first. I've never surfed before, and I don't really like water. And I'm talking, I got messed up by a couple waves. It was sweet. Like, I remember pedaling out, and I heard them saying, "Dive," or like, "Go to the side." And I was like, I didn't know what that meant, so I like looked up, and there was just like a wall of water at me, and I was just like, just got boom, smacked in the face, tumbling underneath the water like crazy. And then I got back up and I was like, what the heck just happened? And then I looked up and another one was going like, ah! That happened like 4 times in a row until I got washed back up the shore, which is pretty funny. So, yeah, dude, Dominic, send me a video. I want to see your scooter bike rack. I've seen a couple people. Daily Mountain Bike Rider, this dude is on the shirt. He has, you should search his video. He's got a scooter or a moped with a bike rack on it too. So, let's see. Have you had a chance to try out or look at the 12-speed Shimano XTR? Looks like it may give Eagle a run for its money once it trickles down to XT SLX. But damn, we'll need another. Yeah, that's the problem. It's like another driver body. I don't know. I have not had a chance to ride it or anything. It looks nice, of course. I mean, they make nice stuff. So, yeah. So let's see. Oh, here, real quick. Let me help Kurt Dizzle. Kurt Dizzle, what is your email? I don't have the charger dampers on the site, so I'm not sure when you got into this conversation, but I'm basically rebuilding my website. It's in process of getting redone. So if you here, I'll just put my email so you don't have to put your email out there. So info@mrlost.com. So Kurt Bizzle 323, send me an email and I could basically just send you an invoice for all the correct parts. Just make sure in your email, just write that you have a 2018 Revelation. And also the model of the smuggler, like Transition Smuggler 1 or 2 or whatever, so I can make sure I get you the right parts. But yeah, so back to that. It's definitely, I mean, it's going to give a run for its money once it trickles down for sure, because I can't see that the XT or anything is going to be 11-speed forever. So, and I had 11-speed XT on my last bike with like the 46-tooth cassette, and I wasn't super stoked on it. It has like that weird jump from the 30, it's like a 36, or sorry, 42 to 46, 40 to 46, and it's like, I don't know. It didn't work that great. I wasn't. It shifted good, you know, but I didn't really like that jump in the shifting. Nick Adams, sorry I missed your question. Carbon cranks versus LA. If you can shell out money for the carbon, for sure, carbon all day. LA cranks are nice though, like turbines and stuff. The race face turbine cinch cranks are pretty light and they're cheap. They're a lot cheaper than carbon cranks, so that's pretty cool. They're stiffer, they're lighter. You know, carbon. It's stiffer and lighter. So it really depends on how much money you want to shell out and whatnot. So, yeah, let's see. Any advice for anyone kicking around the idea of starting their own bike shop? Zachary King. That's a really good question, Zach. So short answer to a long, or short answer to what could possibly be a long answer. I don't know what I'm saying. Short answer for a long question. Basically, if you're kicking around the idea of starting your own bike shop, you gotta like go somewhere peaceful and look off in the distance and say, how much do I like bikes? Am I willing to work 80 to 90 hours a week for many years to get this bike shop going? Yeah, that's about the question I would ask. And if the answer is yes, go for it. I mean, just go for it. Jump right in, head first. You know, not in the shallow end, because you're going right in the deep end because you got a lot of stuff to do. It seems like, hey, I'll just open a bike shop. I'll just like rent a space, put some stuff on the shelves, and put some shelves up. Dude, it took us like a month and a half, like working 14 hours a day to put some shelves up and put some stuff on the walls. I'm talking, that's crazy, man. If you got like family and like kids or something that pertain to, then you might want to get a babysitter for a month. So it's just a lot of time consuming, very heavily task oriented, lots of tasks to do. I'm literally always like walking around with fidgeting. I got a pen in my pocket, a phone on my other pocket, walking around and writing out numbers, giving quotes, talking on the phone. People are coming in the shop. It's pretty crazy. So, and then once you start, if you want to make videos, that's a whole other thing. Making videos is basically another 80 to 90 hour a week job. So when you have one 80-hour a week job running a bike shop and an 80-hour a week job to make videos, you got to hire someone. I would recommend saving up enough money to the point where once you get a really good plan together for what you're going to do, I'm talking a really good plan, not just like oh yeah, we'll just do this and then we'll just do that and we'll just do that. Don't say you'll just do anything. Like you gotta be like in it to win it, man. And I would save up some money so that you can be sure that you can pay somebody for a year to have an employee. An employee helps so much. Someone that's also really excited about bikes. So, yeah, rubber boots are much for carbon cranks though. Yeah, totally. I've got them on mine. Gotta have them. But I've never broken carbon cranks. And I've been running them for a long time. Let's see. I have a lot, such as fixing my bike, but I don't know how I have a 10-speed cassette and a normal 9-speed derailleur. Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you have a 10-speed cassette and a 9-speed derailleur and an 8-speed shifter, then that is not going to work very well. You need to find a new drivetrain. I would highly recommend it. It would work. It would work much better. Promise you. Right, maybe we can get together. I live in an hour and 15 minutes. Oh, nice. Oh, you guys are. Oh, sweet. You guys are from Seattle. I didn't know that. Or Issaquah. I was there on a Take a Kid. Yeah, and it was awesome. Yeah, dude. Doothy's awesome. I was there on that same day, I think, and there were it was like the Doothy Fest or something like that. there were so many people there riding there. That's why like Washington is super cool, because there's so many people. There's so many people that ride bikes here, and they're all really excited about it. So, but like I said, you can't be a mountain biker and not be excited about it. It's like, it's impossible. Can I use my Ice Tech rotor with TRP brakes? Yeah, you can. The diameter might be like the tiniest bit different, but it should work fine. Like brake calipers are designed so that they can compensate for wearing brake pads. So it shouldn't matter at all. I don't know. Do you already have TRP brakes, or are you looking to get some? I can send a, let's see, components, TRP. So here, I just did a search on the website. So this is going to be a link, and it's going to bring you to basically all the TRP products on the new website. So if you are in the market and need pricing, there's that for that. Let's see, where can I get your stickers? There's a free sticker in every order. And if you did order something recently and didn't get a sticker, it's because I ran out and I have not had time to make stickers. Stickers is also another very, very time consuming thing. Stickers, man. They're fun the first couple times, and then after that, they're just like a chore. So how do you feel about e-mountain bikes? Oh man, I don't know if I can talk about e-mountain bikes anymore. I've already done 2 spiels on them over the course of this whole live stream. So basically, e-mountain bikes, it's like, I don't think, if you're able-bodied, no, I don't believe in e-mountain bikes. And I'm not just trying to be a snob. I'm trying to say it from a way as like why I like riding bikes and why a lot of people like riding bikes is because it's just you and your bike and trees. But then when there's like a motor involved and stuff, it's like it's not what I think it is. It's not like what I think about when I think mountain biking. And me and my friend Alex have always talked tons of smack about e-mountain bikes. And we were, I hurt my thumb one day in my video where I like broke my gimbal. I don't know if you've seen that or not, but that next day my thumb hurt really bad and I couldn't ride. And my friend Alex, like his bike was broken. So we were like walking around the village and someone had like e-mountain bike demo day for free. So we were like, let's go ride these bikes and see if they're actually as bad as we always say that they are. And, so we went and rode them, and like I like very open-minded to see how they rode, and it rode horrible. So I don't know what's going on. Like all these, I just saw like Global Mountain Bike Network just did like, they have a electric mountain bike network YouTube channel with like 70,000 subscribers, and I was like sitting there like, man, what the heck, is this serious? And they have like tons of videos, and they're like pushing e-mountain bikes, and it's like, I don't know, maybe because they're European and Europeans are like into them. I don't know, man. Just, it's weird. But if you have a physical handicap in any sort of way, I'm very much for them. Because if I was 60 years old and I had a bum knee or something like that, I would be on an e-mountain bike. I'd rather ride an e-bike than no bike. So that's how I stand. So do you think it's awesome, but the brake bumps are getting a little bit bad? Yeah, last time I went there, it needed a little bit of work. Yeah, I'm looking to get some. Sweet. Yeah, Jake, I sent you that link. You can go check out pricing and all that stuff. I have some TRP Quadiums in stock. Those things are sweet. Really nice brakes. Uh-oh. It says I'm running low on battery on my laptop. I might have to cut it off there. It's been 2.5 hours. My eyes are getting a little fatigued from staring at the screen, right? Reading these little things. My resolution is to straight up finish my frame build. Baked beans, are you a frame builder, or are you just like building a new bike and you just like have a bike that has like some missing components? Because if that's the case, then I can help you get all those parts to finish your bike build. All right, moving my laptop to plug in the charger. All right, and we're charged. There we go. Okay, tripping over the cord for the microphone. All right, sweet. Let's see. 47 people still. Jeez, you guys are troopers. Troopers. Yeah, I mean, e-mountain bikes. Get it. Yeah, I definitely agree. It helps people that are older with physical incapabilities. Then it's good. But the problem with e-mountain bikes is that people that just like hop in it, they then think that like mountain biking is like an easy sport. And it's not. Mountain biking is about like getting beat up in the woods and struggling on the way up and then just like having a time of your life going down. But when people get into riding on mountain bikes or e-bikes or whatever, like they don't understand why people ride mountain bikes. And it's like I was up in Revelstoke one time. I was riding this trail called Frisbee Ridge, which is like it's a 3.5 hour like no, what was it? Yeah, it was like a 3-hour climb up or something like that. It was crazy. It's like in the backcountry. Like I'm talking very good risk that there is wildlife that wants to eat you out there. And if you crash and you're hurt and you don't have stuff with you, then you are effed in the middle of the Canadian backwoods, backcountry. So as I'm going to climb up the trail, like from the parking lot, some dude, he's a little older, probably like 55, just like rooms right by me on an e-bike, and he didn't have a helmet on. He's wearing like Nike gym shoes that looks like he's gonna go play like squash at the local YMCA or something. He's dressed in like just like basketball shorts and like a tank, like a wife beater, and like he didn't have a helmet on. I'm like, this dude, there's no way that this guy has like a spare tube or even knows how to change a flat. There's no way that this guy has ever worked on on building trail. So he doesn't know that dragging a rear brake down a trail causes harm. He doesn't know that like you're not supposed to stand in the middle of the trail and look up things on your phone. He doesn't know this stuff, and it's like I don't know. I just don't think that so people. It's just like the easy way to get into it. I think that people that get into mountain biking, it's like there's people that can get into mountain biking on a mountain bike and then understand that there's a struggle involved and that the struggle is worth it. And it's like it teaches you something almost like teaches you something about life, But then when you just get into the sport on an e-mountain bike, you don't understand that the struggle, that there's fun after the struggle. And that's kind of like how life works. But it's like, I don't know, people that get into the sport on a regular mountain bike that doesn't have an E in front of it, then basically it's like they're never going to go transition to a regular mountain bike. If someone starts in an e-bike, they're never going to go to a regular mountain bike. But if someone starts in a regular mountain bike, there's a possibility that they can transfer to an e-bike in the future. So I think they have a purpose, but I don't think that it's just an easy excuse to ride downhill and not make it hard to go up. So that's how I feel. Yeah. Yeah, totally, Quake. Yeah, you're right. X2 suspension. I mean, if you think it feels good, then that's all that matters. Whatever you got, if it feels good to you and you have a fun riding it, that's all that matters, man. Yeah. So, sweet. Baked Beans is basically building his own frame. That's sick, dude. Congratulations, man. I'm not going to take on that task anytime soon, so you are the man for that. Yeah, dude. Dirt jumper soon. Oh, yeah. Someone asked me if I have a bike that I'd like to build. I would like to build a slopestyle bike. Basically a dirt jumper with a rear shock, 100 millimeters of travel, front and rear. I think that would be super fun. So, let's see. Have you ridden the Evil Offering and know anyone that has? No, I have not, and I would never recommend an Evil bike because their warranty is total garbage. And if you crack anything on their frame, they won't warranty it for you. And if your bearings start falling out of the frame, true story, they won't warranty it for you. So I would never recommend them. They're going to be moving to Bellingham soon. I don't know, undecided on that, but whatever. Wolftooth's dropper remote clicks when pushing it. Any quick ideas to check? Man, I don't know. I would basically just say reroute your cable, run a fresh cable. Could be kinked in the frame somewhere. I'm not sure. Should I build a solid hardtail or get a full suspension? I would talked about this earlier in the video. I would definitely rather have basically if you have let's say you have a $1,500 budget and it's in between a $1,500 brand new full suspension bike or a $1,500 brand new hardtail, get a $1,500 used full suspension bike. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah, Neil, I could see what you could say, or I see what you're saying. The only problem is it doesn't really, they don't ride the same. Like a mountain bike's cool because it's like It's like, right, you ever ride it? If you've ever ridden a dirt bike, you know that like going downhill on little sections, you're like, like everything's wide and like bulky. Mountain bike, you're just like, woo. But on an e-mountain bike, it's like you got another, it's like 50 pounds, like over 50 pounds or whatever. And it's like, you just get stuck in every hole. Like the whole time, here's me riding, just like, like that's how riding an e-bike is. Yeah. Yeah. So, but you know, I like that mad bike. I like that quality content, bro. Thanks, Alex LP. It's getting tougher as I age. Yeah, totally. Yeah, I can see. Do you still use the oval chainring? If so, how is it? If not, why did you take it off? No, I still ride it. I still ride the oval chainring. Got the wolf tooth elliptical chainring on there, and I don't see myself going back. Like it's definitely okay. So someone put it this way. It was a great comment, which is why leaving comments is cool. Another thing that YouTube is great for, people can leave very like comments that get you thinking in different ways. Someone left a comment and said, I didn't notice going from round to oval right off the bat as much as I noticed going from oval back to round. And I had a Kona demo bike the other day. Long story short, I had a Kona demo bike, and I was riding that. Had a round chainring on it. And I noticed, I was like, something's kind of weird. Like, I feel like I'm pedaling weird or something. It's like, oh, yeah, oval to round. It's like, it's totally different. So I highly recommend an oval chainring. They're sweet. Yeah. So you just found me off the oval vid. That's funny. And that's funny because that oval chainring video, like, that was one of the first videos that I like kind of took serious to make. And it's not, my personality is not 100% there. And it's funny because I think that might be like one of the videos that I'm like least excited about. Microphone cord's stuck. But yeah, basically it's like, I think that's like our most viewed video. And I'm like, oh man, I hope people aren't like judging the channel on this video because I'm not 100% ready for video making like I am in the past couple videos. So it's all good. Oh, yeah, let's see. Peter from Australia. What's up, mate? How's it going, man? How's Australia? Is it like summer there? I don't know. What's Australia like right now? All right, we got 53 people in here. I'm pointing at the screen where it says how many people are in here. But basically, keep leaving questions. If you guys keep leaving questions, I'll keep talking for a little bit. I've been on here for 2 hours and 42 minutes. And I don't even know what time it is. It is 7:43 here. I'm getting pretty tired. So basically, yeah. I don't know. Keep asking questions. Yeah. So okay, sweet. That's cool that you liked the video. Quaid, here I can send you a link. I'll just send you a link to the old website, which is still technically the main website. Let's see. So, all right, here's going to be a link coming your way in the comments, and this is going to have basically a link to the elliptical chainrings on the website. So, DVO Topaz versus RockShox Monarch Plus. DVO Topaz, 1000%. RockShox Monarch Plus have been very finicky shocks, pain in the ass to rebuild. Pardon my French. Yeah. So it's only 8. You have a few more hours in you. Yeah, true. Let's see. Last night I was like, I do this thing. Ever since I like spend a lot of time on like working on YouTube, so I'm on YouTube all the time. And so what has subsequently happened lately is I get sucked down the YouTube rabbit hole more than ever before. Last night I like lay down for bed at like 10 o'clock and wake up at 6:30 every morning. But lately I've been laying down at 10 o'clock, and then before I know it, it's like 1 in the morning. And for some reason, like I don't really even like skateboarding that much, and I've been watching a ton of skateboarding videos just for some reason. I don't know why. It's just like because I'm always on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, cool thumbnail. I'm gonna click that video. So it's kind of cool though. I get to learn a lot about like content creation, how to keep viewer or an audience retention, things like that. Cool thumbnails, titles, things like that. So it's pretty sweet. 344 in Iceland. Dude, you're in Iceland? Holy crap. That is sweet. That's cool. That's really cool. Here, I'm going to actually do, here, I'm going to go get my phone. I have a funny idea. 1 second. All right, I got cords everywhere. Cords are everywhere. Okay, cool. I got my phone. I was gonna like do a little Instagram story while I'm doing this because it's pretty fun. So let's see. 10:43 in New York. Yeah, sweet. That's not too late. 10:43 in Tennessee. Wait, is 10:43 in Tennessee and New York? Is Tennessee in the East Coast time zone? Gotta go now. Sweet dude. Bangalore Trail Rider, thank you for talking. It's been a pleasure, and good night. Or good afternoon. Not sure what time it is over there. Will I ever ride in Australia? I don't know, man. I've always wanted to go to New Zealand and Australia. I think that would be sweet, but plane tickets are a lot of money. So I don't know. I'd like to. Peter Valerio from Australia. If you happen to have any friends that are in the airlines, that work in the airlines, and they have those free buddy pass tickets so that friends and family can ride, go on plane rides for free, send them my way. And I will gladly take one of those and go to Australia. That would be sweet. So, let's see. Just ordered first full suspension with Suntour Aeon. The Aeon stuff feels pretty good. Like, I don't know. I have felt a couple of those forks, and they feel pretty good. So I wouldn't sweat about downgrading it. And like, even though I do make a lot of videos about like buying new things, it's because I'm a bike shop. Like I am a business. Like I do sell new products when people do need new things. But also at the same time, if you have something that feels good and you like the way that it feels and it's not causing an issue, then keep it, ride it to the ground, or ride it till it dies. But if you're having consistent issues with something or you want better performance, then that's when I think you should upgrade. So I wouldn't sweat too much. Run what you brung. It's a popular saying in like drag racing and stuff. But basically, yeah, just run what you got. Don't really worry about the fine details unless they bug you and you're like racing. You want like better performance. So let's see. Tennessee, New York, same. Oh, nice. Pro Mod Steve from Texas. Pro Mod Steve. Is that like Pro Mod Automotive? Is that what you mean there? Like race cars? Let's see. Just ride an e-bike over there. That's really funny. Do metallic pads actually stop better? Yes, they do. They do stop better. Basically, I would recommend. Putting metallic pads on any bike that you're riding sort of aggressively. So organic has better initial bite because it's softer material, and it's quieter because it's softer material. It's not as much metal, metallic flake inside the pad. But since it's softer, it's not going to work as good when it's wet, and it's also not going to work very good at all, like going downhill. They kind of suck. They can't retain the heat, and once they get heat, once they heat up, they fade. Metallic is the opposite. Once metallic pads heat up, they actually become grabbier because they have more metallic material inside of them. So they just work better with heat. They actually work better with heat. So long downhill runs, any aggressive riding, metallic pad. They're also they actually work basically the same in the wet, which is sweet. They work really good on steeps. They don't have as much initial grab. So if you're riding cross country and just flat stuff, organic pads for sure. So basically like cross country, maybe trail bike, organic. Any aggressive style riding, no metallic, 100%. So, oh, nice. Your name is Phoenix. That's a sweet name. Let's see. What's up, Chris? You just sold your wheels. Sweet. What kind of wheels are you gonna get? If you want something that's not on the website, Chris, like there's probably not that many wheel sets on the website. I don't even know where I left off. But basically, let me know a budget. Send me an email. I'll get back to you. I just caught up on my inbox lately, which is pretty cool. I was like 5 days out on my inbox, which is a good problem to have. But I felt pretty bad for not getting back to people super quick. So, but we can build you up something custom. It really just depends on like the price range you're trying to spend. So, oh, nice. Yeah, Quaid. That's not hard. Not a hard name to pronounce. My last name is Randall, and people will always, it's Randol, and people always say Randol, Randul or Randall or something. And I'm like, huh. Okay, cool. But let's see. Yeah, cool. All right, let's see. I'm gonna do a little Instagram real quick. Instagram. Also, my friend Chad said his friend needs a DHX2, so now I'm doing business texting. Which is a really crazy thing about business lately is like, okay, back in the day, it used to be like someone could only contact you if they sent you a letter or called you. That's it. Now it's like someone can text me. Someone can text me through Google. Someone can text me to my personal phone. Someone can email me to either of my emails, and then someone could send me a message to the website. Someone could send me a message through Facebook. Someone could message me through Instagram. Someone can call me through Facebook. There's so many different outlets of communication now. It's really hard to keep up with. Okay, cool. And blah, blah, blah. Yeah, cool. So DHX2 question is answered. So now I'm going to hop on Instagram real quick. And I wanted to do a little... Hey, what's up, everybody in Instagram world? I'm live on YouTube right now. We've been going for 2 hours and 50 minutes. We've got 40 people left. We've got questions rolling in still. And I have answered a ton of questions. And I've been talking for a very long time. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Hey, what's up, everybody in Instagram world? I'm live on YouTube right now. We've been going for... Sweet. Okay, that is going to be posted. So if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, and you like my vlogs and you like any of my videos, then you should follow me on Instagram because I use the story feature a lot because it's just like in my pocket. So anytime I do some stupid stuff, I just record myself. And so my stories are decently interesting. But yeah, I would definitely recommend following me on Instagram if you like my vlogs. So it definitely takes longer to get vlogs up because I got to film them and edit them and upload them and all that stuff. But like in the pocket, boom, boom, record, funny stuff. There we go. Easy. So like I said, lots of media outlets. All right. So let's see. Yeah, Chris, the EDC tool is sweet. I really like it because like so when you go for a bike ride, you know, there's like other things you either like put off to go for a bike ride or you just like need to get away from. So it's nice when you go for a bike ride and you know that you need tools with you. But you don't want to have to like run around your house and go through your garage and make sure you got like your bag packed or your hip pack or whatever. It's just in your bike all the time. It's like you can't forget it. And it's like, it's just there. You don't have to think about it. So it's a simplified way of bringing tools and it's convenient. But I think the best part is it's just always with you. So what is my dream build? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, there's more questions. What kind of bike do I ride? I ride a NS Snab Kurt Dizzle 323. If you want to see my bike check, turn on the little bell notification on the subscription for the channel. I will be putting up a bike check, I believe, next week. So I just got to film that and get that edited. So, I got to finish filming it and then edit it. So that will have every little detail, be a super in-depth bike check. I'm going to have all the little settings that I've run and all that stuff, except my suspension because I don't like giving that out so people don't make their bike feel weird. So Brad Naka, love your channel. I know the shop and making videos takes a lot of your time, but let's see more riding videos. You have a very cool riding style. Thank you. That's sweet to know. I like riding. I like filming. That's cool. So yeah, in my bike check, I will have lots of riding. Basically, once I get an employee in the shop, I will be able to spend more time on the trail, and I will be able to take more riding clips. So I do like to have a lot of the B-roll or like the clips in the video of me riding, because I really like to incorporate kind of. I don't want to just make another bike shop. I want to be the bike shop you go to because you know the guy that owns it. You know the guy behind it. I want you to buy things from Mike at Mr. Lost Bike Shop rather than just like www.bikeparts.com. You know, it's like I want to have some personality. So that's why I like incorporating myself into it and stuff like that. So Let's see. Oh, where can we see the frame? Oh, yeah, cool. Hey, Mike, when winter rolls around, do you get an increase in business for people who want their bike tuned for spring riding? So it's like December's slow. December's slow. November and December are slow for service. January is the absolute worst. January is always the absolute slowest because it's probably when the weather is the worst here in Bellingham in terms of riding. It's just raining the most, but it's snowing the most at Mount Baker, an hour and a half up the road. So it's cool. So everyone just kind of takes a hiatus from thinking about bikes and riding bikes so that they can go and snowboard and ski at Mount Baker down the road. So that's when it gets really slow. So January, like last year, we closed for like 2 weeks in February, I think, and we went to California and hung out with my friend Dominic and Mo Awesome, another YouTube dude, and rode bikes and surfed, and I got thrown around the water. So yeah, what are the advantages of aluminum pedals compared to composite? Not really many advantages, honestly. Composite, like I've never seen anyone break a composite pedal. So if it's about money and you want to save money, then a composite pedal all the way. If you just want like a pedal that's just going to be able to just like run into stuff all the time, aluminum pedal is nice because you don't have to think about it. But another thing about composite pedals, which is cool, is you don't scratch them because they're made out of plastic. So they look better a longer period of time. So composite pedals are pretty nice. I would say a better bang for your buck. Aluminum pedals are, I don't know. I have aluminum pedals just because. I have Race Face Atlas pedals on my bike. I used to have the one-up components composite pedals. They're sweet pedals, but I wear a 7.5 riding shoe from 5'10", so I have tiny feet, and I wasn't actually using all the pins in the pedal, so I had to get a smaller pedal. I had to get a smaller pedal basically because my foot wouldn't fit on the pins. So, but I've never seen one break ever. I've been riding plastic pedals on my BMX bike for years. Actually, I saw one person break one plastic pedal on a BMX bike when it went like flying. So, but that's why. So I would have broken anything. Boyd Combs, really like your videos, especially the maintenance how-to videos and the shop operations videos. Keep them up. Sweet. Thank you. That means you like all my videos. That's really cool. Thanks, Boyd. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to keep doing it. Once I get my website done within the next week or two, videos galore, man. I'm building a new desk to make editing more efficient. Because right now I'm sitting in a really uncomfortable chair working on like the workbench in the shop to edit videos, and it's like it does not work very well. It just like hurts me. So I need to be able to have a standing desk with like a proper work cushion to stand on and stuff. So yeah. Well, I think you said you're 16 Earthball Rides, right? I think you only need to be 16 to work. Yeah, 11 p.m. here in New York, getting very tired, but loving this live stream. Yeah, dude, I'm getting tired too. And it's only 7:58. Yeah, dude, Kurt's right. $100 over $100 for pedals when you can get $49 composite pedals. You really can't beat it. That's like the main pedal that I sell and recommend to everybody. So, Chris has 4 sets of pedals. That's good. Collector's items. You can make ornaments for Christmas next year out of some of those. Sweet, Seabass. I'm your favorite YouTube channel. Sweet. That's cool. I like that. This is good. This has been a very good thing for me. It's funny because whenever people say like, make sure you like, subscribe, and comment videos, it's like that's seriously what keeps this stuff going, because it's like if I know that people like it and I'm helping people, then I'm gonna keep making more stuff, and that's really the name of the game, is being consistent. So as long as I know that I'm like helping people, I keep making videos. So let's see, what BMX bike do I have? I have a Fly. What is that called? Fly Tierra, the Kevin Porter edition frame, because Kevin Porter's from Chicago and I'm from Chicago as well. So I bought that bike. That was like my dream bike. I would show it to you right now, but it's locked in the back of my van. So it's I need to put a couple new parts on it, but it's pretty good. What's the best back tire? Australian dude asks. WTB Judge. WTB Judge is the best back tire. I have basically, like, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I've had issues in the past with Maxxis where I ran them for a long time, but I would just get flats all the time because their exo casing is bad. And then I switched to the double down casing, and I would get flats on that all the time too. So I went looking somewhere else. I got WTB tires. I've had WTB tires for 2 years, and I've not had a single flat, which is remarkable because I used to have like 3 to 5 flats a month on Maxxis, even with the double downs. So yeah. Oh, thanks, Chris. Yeah, the fork one, that was funny. Chris, if you like that intro of that fork install video, that was inspired by basically my favorite show ever. It's called The Eric Andre Show. It's from Adult Swim. If you just like go on Google and search like The Eric Andre Show SO2E01, that'll bring you to like the first episode of season 2. Started season 2 and watched season 2 and 3. The first seasons when they were like first starting it out. But that show is so funny. That's very much where I get any of my energy from, is the Eric Andre Show. So yeah, do a huge meet up at Duthie in the spring. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. I'll see where I'm at in terms of like subscriber count and stuff in spring. Basically, yeah. What was your worst crash? Dude, here. Oh, you guys want to see a bad crash? Here, I'll bring a crash up. Hold on. Hold your horses. Don't you leave right now. I gotta find it. It's on my personal Pink Bike account. This is a good one. I'll be stoked to show you guys this. All right, I'm gonna drop a link to video. And okay, everybody here, so we can kind of like go through this video. And I was thinking about making like a story time video to kind of explain this drop. But basically, I would say everybody open this video up, and I'm gonna start watching it in about a minute. I'll count down so we can watch it together. But it's a pretty good one. So that was my worst crash ever, and it was caught on film. It's pretty funny. So it should have been on Fail Friday on Pink Bike, but I've never seen it there. I don't know how. Let's see. Keep the stream going, or I have to watch Real Housewives of New Jersey with my wife. That's great. I love being an excuse. That's a good thing. So I love being the excuse for that. That's great. Let's see. I like the Mechanic Mondays opening theme. It's by the. If you go to like my first Mechanic Mondays video, I think that I have the title in the description. I'm not sure. What's your thoughts on the 2019 RockShox Lyric RC2 with MRP ramp control? It's a sweet fork. It's going to feel very, very similar to a Fox. I would personally rather have a Fox. I'd rather have adjustable compression than adjustable progression. But I mean, I think the ultimate fork is literally the Grip 2. Is basically the Grip 2 fork with the MRP ramp control. So here, okay, let's go back to the drop. I'm going to talk you guys through this video. Okay, so 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and play. Okay, so here's the first angle. I got it, and then I was very excited. I yelled some profanities because I was excited. This thing is huge. I'm talking probably a 20-foot drop and 20 feet out, maybe. And then here I go. Boom. Fall off. So basically, the run-in is like this. The run-in is a berm, and someone just stacked a bunch of fresh gold dirt on it. And oh god, that hurt pretty bad. So people built a bunch of fresh dirt on the corner that you take in as a run-in, and so basically, since there was like smooth dirt, sorry, I was watching the video. Since there was like fresh dirt, it was kind of wet and a little greasy. And the first run-in I had good when I hit it, and then the second time I'm like, I'm gonna go a little slower and just slap the corner. And I hit the corner, and like I just got a little weird. I like slid or something on the greasy corner. And
and I just like, it's like corner and then 10 feet and then 40-foot gap. And it's like, oh boy. So I couldn't slow down, and I just like leaned back over my back of my bike, and I just like slid down and fell off the cliff. And I just landed right on my the area in between my legs on the bike, and basically had like a giant bruise very close to the area in between my legs. I was lucky I didn't get hurt too bad in the no-no zone. So yeah, that was a good one, but I was okay. I limped for like a week, and I had a really good video to show everybody. So it was very good. So that drop, it's called the Metzger drop. It's here in Bellingham. It's kind of legendary because this dude, Mike Metzger, that used to ride for Transition, did a Superman down it. And there's no way I'm doing that. That gap, like only probably like a handful of guys that have ever done it. It's the biggest feature in Bellingham for sure. And basically, the first time I ever did it, I went out there to film, and I wasn't even expecting to hit it like 3 years ago. And my friend was like, all right, dude, the battery is flashing red. It's going to die. Like, it's now or never. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine. I'm going to do it. So I went up there and like did 2 run-ins, and I'm like, all right, dude, turn the camera on. And I went and I hit it, and I hit it perfect the first time. I was so scared about it because I was thinking about doing it for months. I was so scared, and I did it. And basically, I jumped on the bike. I'm like, yeah. And then I go over to my friend, and we're both like hugging. And we're like, ah. And because we talked about it for a long time. And basically, I'm like, I got to see the footage. And we go over, and the camera's recording. So he didn't press record. And when he thought that he hit stop, he hit start. So he's like, sorry, dude. Got to get up there and do it again, man. Like, we got to get this. And I'm like, no. Okay, fine, I'll do it. So I just ran up, and I didn't even think about it. And I hit it the second time. And basically, so the second time I hit it, I overshot it a little bit. But it's turned out good. Here's another video. If you guys want to see that, if you guys want to see the video where I hit it the first time, and I have this old video from the shop that we used to work at. And let's see, it's on Pink Bike. So yeah, check out this video. You could see me when I had some short hair, and I think I was about 25. So yeah, no, not the motocross guy. Mike Metzger is just a dude that lived here in Bellingham. He was just a mountain biker. Now I think he snowmobiles and builds like Fanigans or something. But yeah, so not the motocross guy. Oh, so yeah, I did actually fall off a cliff. So there's another video. It's called True Life. I Ride a Mid-Fat. And basically, yeah, this was my old van that I used to live in. And this was like a video idea that I used to have. I was not very good at editing at the time, but my friend Brian filmed it. So, yeah, I don't know if you guys are watching it, but it's pretty funny. So I basically got like, we had these mid-fat demos at the shop I used to work at, and we rode the demos, and it was so fun. And I was like, I just sold my bike, and I'm like, I'm gonna buy one of these. So I bought that, and it was fun for a couple months. Like the tires were not developed very well at that time, but basically I would just rip the tires off. Like anytime I hit a corner pretty quick, rip the tires off. So that got kind of annoying. So I sold it and got like a bike with normal sized tires. But yeah, had some good riding in it. Got a little steezy, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, and also the rear shock was blown on that thing from that drop. So I think I think it probably looks like I'm getting bucked around because there was like no damping in that rear shock. So I don't know if you guys are watching it, but I'm watching it. But basically the last feature, which is at, let's see, after the jump, so about 245 is the last feature. Is another angle. Looks like I'm in the air forever. So that's the same jump. Yeah. Yeah, Earthball rides. If you live in Washington or somewhere close, like you can definitely, ride bring your bike to me and we'll fix it. Okay, let's see. What was my favorite trail ever ridden? I have a favorite trail. It is let's see. I don't really want to say the name of it. It's kind of I don't think it's not 100% on any maps, but it's out there. And then the first trail that I've ever ridden, is Jimmy's Mom or Fuzzy Bunny in Jackson, Wyoming on the Teton Pass. That was when I was, so basically before I moved out here, I bought a Specialized, like a carbon enduro, because I used to work at a Specialized shop in Illinois. Bought this really nice bike, and as I was moving out here, I stopped at a couple places where my friends lived along the way. So one was Teton Pass in Jackson, Wyoming. And basically we went out and I did like my first trail bike ride, or like not in a bike park. I guess my first ride ever was, or like downhill trail was in Trestle, like probably one of the blue trails in Trestle or something. But other than that, like first ride on my own bike was in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That place is sweet. Skiing there is really good too. So yeah, thanks, Quaid. Yeah, I can do some tricks. It's like I just don't really ride my BMX bike that much anymore, so I don't really do them as much as I used to. But like on a BMX bike, I can like bar spin and tail whip, and I can do it. My best trick is a 360 bar spin, like a truck driver, but not very consistent. I rode BMX bikes for a long time, and I never became a very consistent rider. I basically just like do tricks all day and hopefully land a couple and don't smash my shins too much. So yeah. All right. Well, I think I am about ready to wrap things up. So any last minute questions that you guys have, there's 43 people watching. If any of you guys have not asked any questions yet, then ask now or forever hold your peace until a week from now when I do another live stream. So, or you can send me an email. You guys can always email or call me at the shop. If I don't answer, leave a voicemail. I'll get right back to you. So yeah. How far can I wheelie? I am embarrassed to say that I am literally the worst wheelier probably on the face of earth. I'm so bad at wheelies. I've rode BMX bikes from age 5 to now, and I still can't wheelie. I've just never been able to wheelie. I don't know what it is. I just can't balance. Like, I don't know. I can't do it. I'm not very good at it. I'm getting better. I'm always getting a little bit better. But I mean, if you had to like maybe across like a small parking lot or like the end of like a block, like a half block, maybe if I try all day, maybe I could do it, but not that good at it. So yeah. All right. What made you want to be a mechanic? Let's see. What made you want to be a mechanic? Maybe you want to be a mechanic. So basically back in the day, like when I was 16, I just wanted to work at a bike shop. So my bike was broken all the time and I fixed it myself, but whatever I couldn't fix, I would bring to this bike shop that was down the street from me in Illinois called Beverly Cycle and Fitness. And they were super nice, and they like knew me as like the BMX punk kid because not a lot of people rode BMX bikes in my town. And so they just got to know me. And eventually when I turned 16, they were like, hey, you want a job here? So I just started working there. And here I am 12 years later. I own a bike shop. So, yep. I tried to get out of being a bike mechanic several times. I worked at a State Farm. I worked at a desk working insurance. And basically, I tried to get out of it a couple times. And I just didn't like anything else that I did. I worked at a warehouse for a little while, went right back to the bike shop, worked at a State Farm, went back to the bike shop, worked at another warehouse, went back to the bike shop, tried to be like an auto mechanic because I grew up working on cars too. Hated that, went back to the bike shop. So it's like every time I try to get out, went right back to the bike shop. And basically, I kind of like wanted to not be in the bike shops anymore because like you don't really make much money. So if you do want to like buy a house and stuff like that, it's hard when you're just a bike mechanic. So I went to school. I kind of wanted to get out of it, but then basically I got a job at a no, I did not wear khakis, but Jake from State Farm That State Farm is from where I went to school. It's from Bloomington Normal, Illinois. And Jake from State Farm worked at the freaking bar, like the main bar in town. So man, that guy had to deal with some stuff, dude. Like everyone went to that dude and was like, Jake from State Farm. And he'd just be like, yeah, what can I get you? So that's so funny. That's like super random that you said that. But basically, so I just kept coming back to it. Basically, I got screwed over by the shop that they gave me a job. I worked there for like 3 months, and then they were like, oh yeah, we're just going to cut a couple of your hours. You should be fine. I'm like, okay. Then one day I went in there, it's like, nope, sorry, you're like off the schedule. I'm like, what? Why? So like, they were like, come back next week and maybe you'll have some hours. So I kept going back week after week after week. And eventually, like, I'm like, guys, I'm going to have to like get unemployment if you don't give me hours. Like, I can't just be waiting here for you, or I have to get another job or something. And they were like, you're just done here. And I'm like, what? They're like, we're not going to give you hours. And I'm like, what? Why? And they wouldn't tell me why. And the owner of the shop was like the mayor of the town, and he wouldn't tell me why. I'm like, I'm a 21-year-old college kid. I need to pay my bills. And the mayor of the town won't tell me why he's like not giving me hours for no reason. Like, I don't know what was going on internally in the bike shop, but I was like, just tell me. And they're like, nope, later. So I didn't have a job. I went down the street to a different bike shop, Bloomington Cycle and Fitness, which they just reached their 10-year anniversary. Basically, the owners of that shop, Scott and Karen, are just like, they just treated me like family. They brought me in like one of their own. It was awesome. And I learned a ton of stuff. They basically sent me to, no, I did not vote for that dude in the election. That guy sucks. And I think he's still a mayor. That guy sucks. God, I feel bad for, that guy. I hate that guy. I saw him at a grocery store a couple times, and I just wanted to be like, hey, dude, you suck. But I was just like, no, I probably shouldn't say that. So, but yeah, basically, they sent me to California to take some classes at Specialized, and it was great. Like, I learned so much stuff from them, and it is just, I don't know, it's just a blessing that they hired me, because I'm where I am today 100% because of them. Who knows what the heck I would be doing if I did not work there? I don't even want to see like the alternate universe that I would be living in if I didn't work at Bloomington Cycle. I should probably make that into a video and send that to them so that they can use that for like some marketing, because they are really good at what they do. They're super nice. Oh boy, let's see. Quaid, later. Good night, man. Pleasure having you. Thanks for the kind words. I will be live streaming again. So yeah. All right, let's see. Happy New Year. Transition paint, chip so easy? I don't know. I have no idea. If you look at your smuggler and the paint chips, that's hilarious. I don't know. I've never seen that. Dude, I don't know. Do you have any frame tape on your bike? Because and if you need some, I have like rolls of it's just basically like thick 3M tape. You can cover your bike in it. You can also buy it in a sheet and cut everything to size with a sharp knife. I would recommend doing that. So flats or clips? Flats. I ride flats. Clips are cool if you like clips. Flats are cool if you like flats. I like taking my feet off and doing stupid stuff, so I always ride flats. Yeah. So, scariest story riding bikes. One time we were, oh man, this sucks. Basically, scariest story ever riding bikes. I was on Sunshine Coast at Coast Gravity Park, first time ever there. And we rode the bike park all day, and then the bike park closed. So we went down the street, and there's some trails that you can like pedal. We're pedaling up this trail, and it's super overgrown, and like the climbing trail up to it, and it looks like no one's ever out there. Basically, we heard like a giant branch fall, and we're like, "What the heck? That was weird." So we walk like 10 more feet, and then we hear a like a freaking car driving through the woods, and we're like, the heck was that? So we're like, I'm with my two friends. And we're like, what the heck was that? And then we hear, ooh, 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 ooh. And we're like, so we like immediately all peed our pants and had a dog with us. And the dog was just like looking into the woods, like ready to bark, but didn't bark. Was like, had the bark like held on the end of his mouth. And we're like, what is going on there? So we're like, we got to get loud. So we are like, obviously there's a bear. So we all start going, ah, and we're like throwing stuff and like freaking out and being super loud. And when we started yelling, the dog started barking at the same time. So it was crazy how like the dog's instincts kicked in. We didn't see what was going on, but the dog was like up on top of this little knoll that we were trying to pedal onto, and we were just at the bottom, so the dog was leading. The dog definitely saw what was in the woods, and we did not see. So it eventually ran away, and we were like, let's get out of here. So we rode back down the climbing trail and left, and we were like, okay, we almost just died. So I went on the computer when we got home from the trip, and I looked up bear noises. And so a huffing noise is absolutely never done by a black bear. It's only done by grizzly bears. So there was a grizzly bear in the woods, probably about 40 feet from us, and we couldn't even see it. And it wanted to eat us and kill us. And so I'm very happy that grizzly bear ran away, because I might not be live streaming right now. I might be a bear turd right now. So that's my scariest story ever mountain biking. Yeah. So bears are scary. Anyway, all right. I hope that was entertaining. We were at 3 hours and 20 minutes. Got 39 people watching. I think it's about time to wrap this up, because I got to leave some stories to tell for next time, because I'm going to do this again. It's been super fun. That went by super fast. It does not feel like it was 3 hours. So I don't know if this is like, I think you can like make this video so it was recorded and like loaded as a video. So if you want to like hear anything that I talked about, you could probably go back to it, but it's going to be 3 hours long. So who knows if I'll do that? I don't know. I got to figure out this whole like super chat thing. Apparently people can send me money. Like, I don't even need you guys to send me money. Like, tips are cool. Sure, you can tip me if you want. Like, why not? Like, go buy some like LaCroix or something. But basically, yeah. So I'm gonna figure that out. So if you for some reason want to give me money, give me money. I don't know. I think that's kind of weird, but hey, if you guys want to support me, just keep an eye out for the new website. You can buy our merchandise, basically shirts and stuff. They will 100% guarantee it'll make you a better rider. Probably pick up a bunch of new guys or girls, whichever one's your thing. Definitely make you more attractive. So I designed this to make you a better rider and more attractive. So, but yeah, seriously, if you want to support me, just share the channel, share my videos, like and subscribe. Likes are awesome. If you just like seriously, if you watch one of my video and just click like, then basically it will move my video up in the algorithm, so more people will see it and spread the word. Because I really think that what I'm doing, I have a pretty big online attitude. I think that I could possibly be pretty big on YouTube. So I'm going to try my best to do that, and I'm going to keep trying my best to do that all the time. And most importantly, I'm going to keep riding my bike, because riding bikes is fun. As long as I keep riding my bike and having fun, then I'm going to keep owning a bike shop and having fun. As long as I keep having fun, then just keep spiraling into videos. So the videos will keep getting better and better too. I also just got Final Cut Pro, so I do have a more powerful editing software. So the production value will go up quite a bit. So yeah, I've literally got a list of videos, and I'm going to make them. And they're going to periodically come out. I can't promise I'm going to have one a week. Sometimes I'll probably have 3 weeks. Sometimes I'll have one every 2 weeks. I'll try my best to get them out as quick as I can. Hopefully I get 1 or 2 guys in the shop, and I could just make videos. So that's what I hope. But if you guys want to support me, get some merch, buy your bike parts from me. I would be more than happy to help you with any questions. Obviously, I've been talking to you guys for 3 hours and 20 minutes. So that's what I do. Talk about bikes, ride bikes, and sell bikes and bike products. So, all right. Well, mahalo, everyone. Thank you guys so much. This has been awesome. So I really appreciate it. So yeah, like my videos, share them. Also, like if there's ads in the video, now my channel gets monetized if you guys watch ads. So if you guys are in no rush, like just let the ad play. Don't click skip, and then I'll like make a couple bucks or whatever. So couple bucks here and there is awesome, because then I can buy groceries and feed myself. So if I don't eat, I'll die and I can't make videos. So all right, sweet. As always, live gnarly. Later, guys. Happy New Year. End stream.